Rob, are you using two hands? Much better.
Jack, your podcast is starting.
Did you call me?
Sir, your podcast is starting.
Ah, okay. Yeah, nobody cares about that. I can start late. You might as well get the facial lights that are taking so long.
Yes, sir.
Move faster! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and genders all across the spectrum, for today's episode of JIVIN with Jack. In the words of Blackpink, we're going to hit you with that do-do-do-do-do. We are talking the finale of Loki. We're also talking Doctor Strange 2 and James Gunn, director of The Suicide Squad, not to be confused with Suicide Squad, did a pretty open interview with the New York Times where he talked about the fact that he was actually asked to do Superman. What would that have been like? Speaking of Superman, everyone in the world is hiring Henry Cavill. He has signed up for 2 more projects, everything except Superman. And we have an update about Britney Spears, and we're also going to talk about Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. And if we have time, we're going to hit up on the new Star Trek movie. The J.J. Abrams Kelvin timeline has officially been greenlit for a 4th film. But before all that, let me bring my co-host in, the man with the $1 million voice, Austin Lean 316. Oh.
Thank you. I'm holding up peace signs. You couldn't tell,
Yes.
Because half my arms are cut off. But what's up, everybody? What's up? Good to see everybody. Let's see here. Who's in the comments? Adam's here. Always good to see Adam. Guys, yeah, what's up, dude? Got a lot to talk about today,
We have a lot to talk about. Yeah. How was your day? Because I barely got any sleep yesterday. I'm on like 3 hours.
I was asleep until 4 o'clock? 1 o'clock my time.
1 o'clock your time. Okay, which was right before the show started, right?
30 minutes ago. Yeah.
30 minutes ago. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
no, so I started running at the gym again. So I've been doing at-home workouts, but they got rid of the damn mask mandate. Try working out with a mask, and you're like heart rate's at 170 beats per minute. Anyway,
right.
So I went running for the first time. It's great. But this happens to me. I develop bouts of insomnia because my body is in pure agony. So I'm tired, but I can't fall asleep because my legs are hurt, and I'm stretching at 3 in the morning. I'm tossing and turning. I finally had some breakfast and went to sleep, slept for 3 hours, woke up at 9 o'clock to start working. And I just squeezed out another workout. You got to keep pushing it. But a lot of news has dropped. Lots of news has dropped. But first, any announcements?
I'd like to acknowledge real quick. Hey, Justin Hines, I'll take 50K. I'll take 50K right now. I ain't complaining. 50K. Hell, I'll even go down to 25K. All right, I don't got problem. Listen.
Hell, he'll do it for a Diet Coke.
I'll do. Well, no. There's got to be some money. Maybe $25 and an Xbox gift card. I don't know. But listen, you can get stuff out of me, guys. It's pretty easy. As I said, my OnlyFans will be coming soon, so you'll be able to just go right there and
a lot of weird
request
stuff.
All the weird stuff that you want.
Yep. All right. So listen, guys, this month is our Live in July. So if you missed it, we had an interview with Tucky Williams, who is an actress and a director last night. Over the weekend, we had Owen Gleiberman, and we also had and we also had Mr. Gary. How do you say his name?
Gary L. Gray, Mr. Gray.
Yeah, not to be confused with Gary F. Gray, who made Straight Outta Compton, which is a very, very good movie. He also made, I think, Fast 7 or something. But and then this weekend we have Brandon Spink, who played young Bruce Wayne in Batman v Superman, and he's got a new movie out on Netflix, Fear Street Part 2. Definitely check that out. Join us in the comments. Hey, who knows? If you use a super chat, we might even let you ask Batman a question. That's right, Joe.
Whoa.
Guys. Zack Snyder's Batman will be on our show, kind of. And listen, we're raising money for breast cancer awareness. Do me a favor, check out the link either in the description or in the chat. Anything you can give will and would be much appreciated, folks. It's time to open your hearts and your wallets. All of it goes to help someone. Austin, tell us about it. Like, it goes to help someone once a year, right?
Yes, yeah. So it helps a woman with breast cancer who's financially struggling. They're going to help them for a year, and help them out financially with just whatever costs that insurance don't cover or whatever else. So it's a really great cause, guys. Make sure and check it out and donate if you can. Share it with somebody that possibly could donate. If you can't, make sure, and like we said, liking and sharing is just as important. So thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, because I know a lot of people have been liking those interviews. So if you want more, make sure and donate and check out that GoFundMe.
Absolutely. All right, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get to it. Those 6 weeks flew by. I feel like Loki just started and we're already done. And I am feeling blue.
Yeah. Wow, Jack.
There we go.
Wow.
I'm feeling blue. But listen, the finale of Loki was last night. I have made no secret about it. I have liked this show a lot more than the other shows. But let's talk about this before we get into it. Overall, any thoughts?
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. This was, and I've said it a million times before, this was what the MCU needed.
Yeah.
This was, it brought me back in. It excited me for the MCU again. It did everything it was supposed to do, I think. And that final episode was just everything I wanted and more. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
What I liked about it was, like, again, I didn't know. Some people always complain like there wasn't enough action in it. I loved the dialogue between the three characters. You have Sylvie, you have Loki, and he who must be not named, or he who's not named.
He who remains.
He who remains.
He who
also must not be named. His actual name
named.
is Voldemort. Voldemort is a character from Harry Potter or Star Wars or something. But yeah, so the episode just starts right from there. They arrive at that castle and they're talking about kicking in the door. We're gonna go in. And all of a sudden the door just opens.
Yeah,
and lo
Wizard
and
of
behold,
Oz style, baby.
Wizard of Oz style, right? Oh, very Wizard of Oz. The man behind the curtain. I mean, over here it's an elevator door that opens, but like literally, like that's what happened. Just the man behind the curtain, and he's actually draped in what looks like a shawl, which could be a curtain. This show is clever. I loved it. I loved it. What did you think of his performance? Because at first I was like, wait, is this how he's going to perform Kang the Conqueror? But, later on we find out that that's not necessarily who he is.
Right.
He's been called the Conqueror, but he's not necessarily the Kang the Conqueror, right?
Yes.
At least the one we're going to meet. So.
Right. Well, look, Marvel did a little spin here. So in the comics, He Who Remains does create the timekeepers and do all that, right? But he's not a Kang. Marvel in this show has now made. I really like what they did there. That's kind of their stray away from the comics with this, is that they made He Who Remains a variant of Kang, and almost like. And look, there has been quote unquote good versions of Kang. Okay, we know of Nathaniel Richards, who he mentions very first, the 31st century scientist, who's a descendant of Reed Richards. We know about Iron Lad, who is a young Avenger. That's also another variant of Kang, if you will. So he starts going through kind of like his history, Nick says he was kind of like Immortus a little bit, but Immortus is, again, he's more on the evil side. More towards that. This was a Kane that really hadn't been seen before. He's very eccentric, like an insane person, literally like an insane person. But at the end, he was being honest. He was telling the truth. And he had almost like he was going to entrust these Lokis with taking over. But obviously, as he brings up that trust issue with Sylvie, and I just kept screaming it the entire episode in the watch party. I'm like, "Don't you do it!" But I just knew she's gonna kill him. She's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
I knew it. And,
well, here's the thing. At first, I was a little bit disappointed by his performance because I thought he was going to be Kang the Conqueror, and he felt too much like a normal dude. Like, this has been kind of common in movies. I call this the J.J. Abrams effect, where everyone speaks like a millennial. Like, right. Poe Dameron when he first meets Darth, whatever his face is. And he's like, so who talks first? You talk first or I talk first? Or like when, like, hey, you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend? That type of like millennial speak, like they sound too much like us. I'm like, oh, this is Kang the Conqueror. Like, that's how they're doing it. And
no, man.
Eased with it. And then I was like, okay, so we're going to get a completely different performance out of him in the future, I'm assuming.
There's several moments out of this episode that just had me. Everybody knows Paul from Into the West Comics. I was texting Paul, and he's like, dude, me, him, and Sonny were just like, me and him were geeking. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was like, I told him, I'm like, I feel like I'm 6 years old right now. Like, yeah, I was a little kid. But one of my favorite lines, one of my favorite moments is that final, when Sylvie finally asked that, the burning question, who are you? And his response, I've been dubbed many, many names. A conqueror, a scientist, and just that whole setup, that whole line, just, oh my gosh, I was sitting there going,
yeah, he said the conqueror. I'm like, oh.
These guys have no clue what they have just unleashed. Obviously too, one of my favorite lines is, of course, when he looks at her after being stabbed and go, I'll see you soon. Oh man!
Yeah, I know, right?
That just had me going, oh no. So real quick here, Raging, I'm curious. Yeah, let's get into Raging was actually disappointed with the finale.
I do have issues with
Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange.
I had issues with it too. So like, if you guys want to go, but Nick Carr said something. He kind of echoed what he said. I'm glad he's not Kang proper. I was like, yeah, because if Kang was going to behave like that, I was like, oh my god, if this is supposed to be the next big villain, they may have already botched it. If this is how he's, he's going to act like a human, a millennial, like, hey, what's going on, guys? And
no, it's not Kane. It is Kane. That is Kane. That was, again, Marvel made He Who Remains a variant of Kane.
A variant of Kane, but I'm talking about in terms of
he goes through that whole history in that. Yeah. Well, it's a but it is still a variant. We're going to see multiple versions of Kane. We're gonna see the Conqueror that's evil and ready to kill. We're probably gonna see Immortus. We're probably gonna see Nathaniel Richards. I don't think people are getting right that this sets up the future, but people aren't getting how big. This doesn't just open the door for the multiverse, right? And for everything that
this episode literally opened the door for the multiverse.
It broke open the multiverse. It did what I personally thought WandaVision was going to do. I thought WandaVision was going to end with her. That scene actually, it was close, where she like screams and explodes, and that's flashback to starting it. I thought that was going to happen again, and then she would just blow up the multiverse or whatever. But Loki was the one that did it. They did it in a phenomenal way. It sets up. Now we get, where Spider-Man No Way Home is coming from, where Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is coming from. But this is what it also does, guys. This sets us up to be able to now do a lot of different things. People that may be dead may not be dead anymore.
Nope.
AKA lots of characters.
Lots of characters.
Red Skull, Black Widow, who just had a very, very successful sequel. So I wouldn't be surprised if in some timeline Black Widow 2 takes place, possibly in another
timeline.
The other thing it does, real quick, I just want to real quick mention, the other thing it does is it allows for us to go back in time The Fantastic Four famously take on Kane the Conqueror in ancient Egypt and defeat him in ancient Egypt. So there's so much. Yes, Ant-Man 3 will be connected. Fantastic Four. This sets it up, guys. The X-Men, this is it. Like, get it in your brains. This was it. It's as big as it gets right here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because we were shown the sacred timeline like this, right? In this image right here. And some people have theorized that when Thor and Loki used the Bifrost, they're actually traveling through that, and that when the Avengers in Endgame went back in time to steal the stones, that they were traveling through that, because the color scheme is similar to what we're seeing right here. And so that this connects to that, and we see it surrounding them. So here we go. Here's another shot of the Loki and Sylvie outside of the castle. And if you look behind them, again, you see, I guess, what you would call the sacred timeline. Yes. And it's very reminiscent of the Bifrost, very reminiscent of the quantum tunnel or whatever the hell it was that they used in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Quantum realm.
Quantum realm, yeah.
Which is, look. Again, this is it. And Kaden made a great point, our producer, Kaden. That, look, I'm pretty sure that Loki was supposed to be before WandaVision in the all, setup of things. So, yeah, that end credit scene of WandaVision makes so much more sense now, because she hears her kids. She even tells her kids in that finale scene, thank you for choosing me to be your mom.
Yeah.
Indicating that, these may be her real children.
Yeah.
Her actual children. And B, that's not possible. That hasn't happened in this timeline. So they are from another universe, another dimension, the multiverse. So lots of things are going to start to make sense.
So is that possible that Ralph Bohner is actually Quicksilver from the X-Men?
Could be now.
Ralph Bohner?
Could be now. Or it could be, how did Loki end? Loki ended with Morbius and all these other guys not remembering. They're like, almost like he's in a new timeline.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
It could very well be that WandaVision was already taking place during this Loki thing, and that had already started, and Ralph Bohner was...
Yeah. I think the TVA...
I don't know. I'm just trying to make up for that terrible Ralph Bohner joke that Marvel...
Yeah, listen, I think he's not in the actual TVA from before. I think this is a different TVA in another timeline.
I don't know if it's... I think it's probably a different TVA in another timeline. It could be that timeline, and Kane's already taken over.
Yeah.
Look, we know from this point on, we're going into Kane territory.
Yeah.
You got to think, I have to think too. There has to be some threat, bigger than the deviants in Eternals, to make them come out and go, we gotta time to participate.
Right. Half the universe died. Yeah. Nope. But now,
right? Spider-Man. Even though Spider-Man's going to be dealing with all of these other villains, it's going to be because of what Loki did and what's happening, and things will be changed there. Look, things are going to get crazy.
Caden's saying that Ralph Bohner is actually Simon Williams. He was Jimmy Woo's missing person. Oh, okay, all right. That would have been cool though if he's Quicksilver, because I love his Quicksilver way more than I like. Did you not see that coming?
Well, hey, look, admittedly,
Aaron Taylor Johnson, God bless him. He
only had a few minutes of screen time. If we do,
he taught everyone in Blackwood how to do really bad Russian accents.
Oh God!
Speaking of which, let us continue with the show.
God!
Let's go. This scene, a lot of people said it was too much exposition, where he explains everything. I was entranced. I loved every second of it. I wouldn't mind more scenes like this.
Same, absolutely. Like you said, entranced. That's the perfect word. I was just on the edge of my seat, and oh my gosh, it was that scene really. That was like the scene, because for me that's all from the comics, when he's talking about the history, the 31st century scientists, that we all found each other and started sharing knowledge and learning. That's what Kane does. He learns. It's one of his powers, literally. He learns, and he just gets smarter and smarter. And oh my gosh, he talks about, not every version of me was as pure as heart, and, wanted to continue conquering, just conquering. You know, and it explains that whole thing of like the multiversal war, right? That was explained to us in episode 1. Well, that was the variants of Kane.
Yeah.
Literally, he had to take them all down, you know, to get that. Yeah. There's so much that this sets up. Doctor Doom, you know, again, and if you guys think that this was crazy, Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness is gonna absolutely
crazy how long it's been since Doctor Strange 1 came out, 2016. I mean, I know COVID played a part, but
for me, it stands as one of the best Marvel films. I
don't think that movie gets a lot of credit. You know me, I can be kind of tough on Marvel, but I love Doctor Strange as a solo film. I think Benedict Cumberbatch's arc in that was great. I loved every character in that. I thought the story was fun. I didn't know where it was going. Again, they could have done with Mads Mikkelsen, but I still love that movie. Nick Carr.
Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
love Nick. Much love,
guys. Everyone, be like Nick.
Yeah, be like Nick. Be better. Be like Nick. But no, yeah, seriously, it was, Raging brings up a point in that Kane let her kill him on purpose. I don't necessarily know. Look, this truly was, as we know, famously, Marvel likes to twist things. They like to put their own twist on it. Yeah. Guys, we all saw Black Widow and Taskmaster. They like to put their own twist on things, okay? So this was very much that. I don't think that Kane let her kill him on purpose. I think that this was a version of Kane that we've not seen before. We've not seen in the comics. We've not seen in the... This was... it was a take on He Who Remains from the comics, but in the Kane variant form. I really think that moment, it's such a great... And credit to Jonathan Majors. Yeah. Jonathan Majors is I'm not kidding you. I watched that performance. I'm like, I'm going to go watch Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I thought the same thing. I was like, I'm going
to watch it. I was like, this dude is cool, great. Yeah. I mean,
Jack here mentioned something real quick. The opening scene, you could hear different multiverse things happening because I wanted to note that when they played the logo, like they had the song from the Winter Soldier that was also an Endgame. For I don't know why they picked that song, but that plays over the opening logo, and you hear again different multiverse things happening. You hear different quotes from the movies and stuff like that. And I think that this, Black Widow, in my opinion, was forgettable. This might be the pivot. This might be the Civil War. We used to talk about, every movie needs that sort of moment to kind of kick off the next phase.
Yes.
This was it. It was this episode. It wasn't WandaVision. It wasn't Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It wasn't Black Widow for me. It was, those were like, this episode was like, there's a promise here. Again, they're going to have to deliver on it big time. And it might be harder to deliver than it was in Infinity War and Endgame. You're going to build up something big, and you're going to have to blow people's minds at some point.
I agree. And I think that, look, I do think Kane let her kill him on purpose. Mm. That moment I love that moment when he just goes, I knew what was, I fibbed, I knew what was going to happen up to 10 seconds ago. Now it's, now it's free. And you can tell, he's telling you the truth because the camera switches and the branches are starting to go off. It's already starting.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
So there's that moment for me was just, but I do think he didn't let it happen on purpose. I think he gave them an option and he just decided fate's in their hands. And
let me ask you this. Sylvie doesn't trust Loki because she thinks, oh, you want the throne. You want the throne. That's what you want. And he's like, no, you got to trust me. Do you think Loki wants the throne, or do you think he is being genuine? Because the thing with Loki is you never know. Like, you want to trust him, but then you're like, I don't know if I should trust him because he's Loki.
No, I think this version doesn't want. Look, we're starting to learn that these, there can be these very different variants and versions of these different characters and stuff. So I think this Loki is genuine. I was thinking about something though. There's a shot that was put in the trailers that showed Kane Loki, evil Kane Loki.
Yeah.
Famously, everybody was waiting for it to be in this episode. We never got to see that shot. But we do know, what do we know, Jack? We do know now that Loki may be set to appear in Doctor Strange 2.
Yes, sir.
If that's
yes,
the case,
sir.
wouldn't it be interesting if that shot is actually from Doctor Strange 2? They said, from what I read, it's a little bit more, tad larger than a cameo role. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's, one of the variants unleashed, or one of the timelines, that Strange ends up in is a timeline where we see that evil Loki.
And I don't know.
That's
Sam Raimi.
That's just speculation.
Yeah.
That's just I'm just putting that out there. But I think
I think you'll have a bigger role because if they're exploring the multiverse in Spider-Man, No Way Home, and Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. How does Loki not figure in, considering we've seen what we've seen over the last 6 episodes,
well,
considering that a season 2 is coming?
We do have season 2, yeah. I was gonna say, so I don't know what now. I guess the question is, what's the timeline for season 2? How soon are we gonna get that, and where is that gonna land in the sense of,
Well, I still like to think that there is a timeline that's still running that we're aware of. That would be Spider-Man Far From Home, Thor Love and Thunder, There's going to be that central timeline in which Loki did die in Endgame, and the Loki who died in Endgame was technically also this Loki. Yeah, it's a variant, but he's a variant up until Avengers 1, it's the same Loki, right? But personally, I think that Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man are gonna be just over the top ridiculous, and I want a little bit more out of these solo films. I don't want more Black Widow. I want more blow my mind. Stop trying to blow my mind after 10 films. Blow my mind with the next film. Blow my mind like Loki, and I don't mean blow my mind with big twists. Tell me a good story that isn't formulaic. What worked about Loki was it wasn't formulaic. Even to the last second, I don't know where it's going. Mm-hmm. And I don't usually say that about Marvel properties. You're like, yeah, I know where this is going. Now I just got to sit back and watch until I get to the credits and watch the post-credit scene. But, yeah. Oh, by the way, the post-credit scene, Loki will return. Little nod to Infinity War there.
Season 2, man.
Thanos will return.
I know. Season 2, I cannot wait. If this was anything, I can't wait to see Sylvie again.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see, obviously,
they finally kissed. They finally kissed. Listen. If you guys are looking at these images and wondering why they don't look so great, so for the first 4 episodes, I would screenshot them from Disney Plus, so they looked phenomenal with subtitles. But then Disney Plus did something where you can't screenshot them anymore, so I had to get these from other sources. That's why they look like you're looking through like a lens covered in Vaseline, because these are not taken by me. So don't think it has to do with the quality of our show. It's just that Disney Plus is like, no, don't screenshot our show so you can analyze it. I got to figure out how other YouTubers show clips and don't get in trouble. They have like 20 ads play. I'm like, what are they doing?
Doesn't make any sense.
Must be getting paid. Now, all of a sudden, the Disney show thing, I'm like, maybe they are getting paid. Maybe. I cannot believe that many YouTubers liked WandaVision. I'm like, come on.
I can't believe that many. Adam says, hashtag incest. Is it though? Guys, please send some super hats, guys. We really need some super hats.
Yes, we do.
Super chats. I mean,
did someone say super hats?
Somebody said super hats.
Adam Silvestri.
Right.
Adam, I'm always curious. Are you related to Alan Silvestri, the famous composer? Because you are both on the West Coast. Could be.
I don't know who Alan. The composer. Yes, I think I do know who Alan Silvestri is.
He did a Back to the Future music, and he also did Predator, and he's done a lot. Like he's
got it.
Oh, he did the Avengers theme. Dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun, dun, we're gonna get copyrighted.
We get taken off. We get taken off.
Right. Let's see here. Opening scenes, you could hear different multiverse things happening. Yes. I can't wait to see Nick Cage Ghost Rider in the MCU, and I can't wait either, Jack.
That'd be so great. Listen,
I can't wait.
Nick Cage is such a comic book geek. It's funny that he hasn't. Well, he was in Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. That's the only comic book thing He was in that. He was
Yes,
in Ghost
he was.
Rider.
Yeah, he was Nor. No, yeah.
So like I'm surprised he hasn't come into the more mainstream DCEU or MCU. That would be kind of cool, man. They could do so much with this. They could bring Dolph Lundgren's Punisher back. Yeah,
I'm so
how about
excited to be checking out this weekend. I am going to be watching this. There's a movie called Pig, starring Nicolas Cage.
It's like
I will be at my local theater watching that. I'm a big indie fan. That's the indie movie that I'm.
Well, here's what someone called it. He said it's like John Wick for the Portland restaurant fan. I'm like, that makes sense.
Right.
It's like an indie version of John Wick, except with Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage. It's like, I'm gonna blow your mind, you know.
I'm gonna. Did you know Nicolas Cage?
Pig.
Did you know Nicolas Cage is doing a movie about Nicolas Cage and being Nicolas Cage, and the actor Nicolas Cage in this movie, he plays himself basically. Is recruited by the CIA to do top secret. Oh, dude, it's gonna get crazy. It stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal. Let me hold on. I gotta look this up.
Look it up. Look it up. Look, I love Doctor Strange. I'm glad Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange too. And if Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider were to show up, like, hey, I'd be like, oh, that would be cool. That has to happen. If anyone's watching from Disney or Marvel, first of all, pay us money for better reviews. I'll take back everything I've said. Number two, and then let's use your footage. We'll take back everything. We are willing to sell our souls.
We are. Yeah,
we'll
absolutely. If you pay us.
Dude, if Warner Brothers paid us, we talk about how great Justice League was.
Listen, Justice League was it was phenomenal, okay? It was one of the greatest films of all time, okay?
I'll change my poster.
It loves it. Everybody loves it. How much? $20 million? $20 million. Should be an Academy Award nominated film, people. I'm telling you right now. It's the
And if you don't like Justice League, just ask Scarlett Johansson. It's her favorite movie.
Oh, love it. Just so you know, Raging, I see your comments about Suicide Squad. We're going to be talking about the Suicide Squad. So I'm going to save that. But I see you, I hear you, we love you. Let's see here, guys. Send super. Yeah, there we go. After every DC movie after Justice League is the best DC film after The Dark Knight, quote unquote. Every DC movie after Justice League is the best DC film. Well, Prakash, I mean, we can argue that, people certainly didn't think that of Wonder Woman 1984, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And I didn't hear anybody saying that about Birds of Prey. I certainly heard a lot of people.
And I like Birds of Prey.
Greatly enjoyed Birds of Prey. Greatly enjoyed it. I hear it's not the best DC film. No. Justice League is the GOAT. Fire Prakash, yeah.
When you say Justice League is what? Is the GOAT, yeah. Dude, if Warner Brother pays us, you'll start seeing reviews like that.
Oh, yeah.
You ever see YouTubers who never give a negative review? They're being paid.
Yeah.
We want to be them. We're jealous of them. We want that money.
We give you honesty, but guys, as soon as money's involved, we will lie to you so fast.
At least we're being honest about lying. We're like Scarface, like, I tell the truth, even when I lie.
But I know you hit that Loki article there. Tom Hiddleston returns for Multiverse of Madness. I hear a lot of things about Multiverse of Madness, man, and oh boy.
I know. I mean, it's got to be interesting, but I wonder, is it going to be a variant or is it going to be this Loki?
God, ruined everything. Thank you, Jack. This just in. Warner Brothers called, and they said that as long as we praise Jeff Johns, Joss Whedon, Walter Hamada, that we could all have jobs at Warner Brothers. What do you guys think? Vote in the comments. Should we sell out and join Warner Brothers? That's all. for today's breaking news.
I thought you. I'll be
I think
honest.
you got hacked.
I thought you guys had. I'd already done it.
Yeah,
I thought.
dude.
I thought you guys.
I've sold out. I've already taken money from Warner Brothers.
Ty. Dude,
I've already taken.
I'm
Can
so
we
sorry.
get justice back then?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we'll get justice back. You know.
How do we get him from the Chinese government?
Yeah, I know, right? He probably thinks
They
he's
actually
in,
moved him.
Chinatown.
He's no longer with the Chinese. He's now with the
He
Koreans.
thinks
It's
he's in
even worse.
Chinatown. He's like, yo, what's up? I love Chinatown. AKA.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've met Justice down at Chinatown? It's funny that you say that.
Really?
Like we have a Chinatown in Boston, and it's like it was like his go-to. It's like, oh yeah, just meet me at the Chinatown stop. I was like, oh okay. But yeah, so maybe he's being held captive there.
It's the Koreans, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
found
man,
out.
they make good dramas, man. Actually, that might be my next Jack attack about American dramas need to get better.
About the Koreans?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Koreans. Or North Korea, you mean. North Korea. Yeah, the Koreans.
North Korea. When I say that, I mean about North Korea. Yes.
North Korea.
It's because I just saw an
Yeah.
episode of this show, Dave, where like he goes to North Korea and somebody's kidnapped in K-pop, and it's a lot to take in.
Dude, K-pop is awesome. That's what I just quoted when I said like Blackpink. Blackpink is K-pop.
Yeah.
But check
This
this
is how
out.
I-
Here we go. I found it.
This is how I dress now, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say what
He's
you
gonna
got
do that
an
movie with
interview or
Tucky
something
Williams.
or what's happening? Yeah.
Actually, yeah. So I'm doing a movie with Tucky Williams now. So,
Oh, there you go. There you
and-
go.
yeah, and she
Well, I look
said
forward to that.
she said she would if she didn't swing that way, she would hey, me and Tucky go way back. So no, I'm the creative pop culture corner, so I'm gonna be dressing like the creator now.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
this is the new me, man. I sold out.
This is the new me. I like
Yeah,
it.
man.
I sold
We'll
out.
take that Warner Brothers money. We will take that whatever
Yeah,
whatever
give
they're
it
giving to Jody's corner for him to be that successful. We'll take that money.
Yeah.
We'll praise.
Hey,
We'll
what do you guys
Walter
think of the
Anna.
tie and the jacket combo?
I like the checkered. I'm not a big fan of
I
checkered,
do.
but it works.
I do. I like it.
I didn't get the pants.
Oh, guys, it's America's ass. It's America's ass right there.
Where's that picture of Megan Thee Stallion that I had? Oh, I think I deleted that.
I deleted it.
Yeah.
Matt,
Austin
let me
was
tell you what's
offended by
happening
that.
right now. Your boyfriend is magic miking on Jivin with Jack.
Yeah.
And
With a mic.
He's trying to
his
get more
ass.
super chats. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys.
He's
Five-
also starting an OnlyFans, so get ready, guys.
Come on with the $5, guys. Come on. Oh, I'm not asking for a lot. All right, we're trying to start a charity fund for my mom. All right, come on. All right, seriously. No, I'm just kidding.
Another trial.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, tie. Another trial. Mad Zeppelin brought up. Austin believes OJ is innocent. I'm like, all right, we got to do
That's
another
it. Trial set. Trial set.
Well, I'll get the wig out, and I guess you're going to be the prosecutor. He'll be the defendant.
I am 100% okay with being the prosecutor.
I want you guys to like get into it because I'm like, when Austin said that, I'm like, really? He also thinks Bill
you're
Cosby's
out of your mind, right? No, you know what? Justice thought that Michael Jackson was innocent too,
Yeah,
and
it's a whole different situation.
he and I got, but he and I got into a lot. Like there was one night after
There's
the
fu-
show, after
right.
the show where we were almost in a fight. Like,
But that,
no worries, Prakash.
but that's a whole different. That's, that's a whole different.
with
that's a whole different situation.
Michael Jackson, there's a lot of he
This-
said, she said. With
Yeah,
OJ
yeah.
Simpson, there's like
There's-
blood evidence, there's timelines, there's like so much. But
There's not as much. There's not as much evidence as you would think that actually points to OJ. There's a lot of. There's a lot that doesn't add up and point out, and that's why he was like the prosecution could
wait, Jack
not.
Pierre thinks is Jack Pierre's on OJ's side.
Because he knows. He already knows. Look, I'm ready. I got my
Listen,
I'm going to be pulling out my high school notebook
If you
notes.
utter the words, if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. I'm leaving right there.
Why don't we set it for next
Welcome
Thursday?
to
Or
court.
you guys
If you
want more
don't like
time?
it, you gotta leave. I mean, that works
There
for
we
me.
go.
But yeah, if the
You
glove
guys want
don't
to set it for
fit,
next Thursday?
quit, baby. You gotta quit.
Huh?
Do you guys want to do it for next Thursday or 2 weeks from now? Let's set a date and we can build it up.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
retrial of
no.
OJ. Did he do it?
Not this month.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
We'll
So
figure it out.
we'll do it in August.
We'll
Yeah.
work it
That'll
out.
be interesting.
August. And
We have so much planned for August. Like August is gonna be like big skip month.
On the last day of July. This month's July, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The last month, July. The last day of July. Not a surprise, but last minute addition. Garza is going to be joining us.
Oh, awesome.
So that's going to be a really fun talk. Anytime Garza comes on the show, it's a really good time. And then don't forget, guys, we got amazing interviews coming up. Amazing. Brandon Spink and I are going to be doing the podcast on Saturday. Richard Citroni's coming on the 23rd. Stuntman for Batman. Woo. Zeus in Army of the Dead. And so much more. I mean, the dude works hand in hand with Zack Snyder himself, right? So we're climbing the ladder here. We can
put his hand in our hand and we can get that going.
Exactly. And then Charlie
I didn't
Talbert,
know where you were going to go with that hand comments, Jack, but you saved yourself.
Yeah, I'm with Jack. You never know.
Where's he going to put his hands, Jack?
And then Charlie Talbert is on the 21st. He was in things like Watchmen, the show, which Austin still hasn't watched. Watched, man. But guys,
I didn't like TV till last year.
Yeah,
Austin doesn't own it.
Literally, the pandemic made me like TV because
he steals internet from his neighbors.
Yeah, so we got
they steal from me, dude.
We have three or four great interviews left, guys. Live in July is far from over, and then Suicide Squad is coming. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to get to see it early, one way or the other. But guys, I can't wait for the rest of this month. Please donate, help us raise some money for breast cancer and our charity fund. And then, continue listening to these schmucks. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. This has been TY's Corner.
Honey, let's take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby. So take it along.
So, quick update. I found
Go
out.
I was about to make an announcement. I still got my arms up. Go ahead.
Oh God. Oh, go.
James Gunn, but go ahead.
Oh, well. Yeah, wait, right. Okay, good. Before that, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is this Nicolas Cage movie.
Really?
A cast. This is the synopsis. A cast-strapped Nicolas Cage agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA.
What?
Since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh. Nick Cage has never worked with Tarantino, I think.
This movie stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, Tiffany Haddish, Neil Patrick Harris, Sharon Hogan. Dude, it's like...
All right, I got trivia for you. Nicolas Cage is technically in which Tarantino movie? If you know in the chats, answer. Ding, ding, ding. The answer could be right in front of you.
No. Really?
I guarantee you're looking at the wrong thing. Dun, 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 dun. Can I frame it up any better for you? He's in Grindhouse. He's in one of the fake trailers.
Really?
He plays Dr. Fu Manchu.
That's right.
Played by Nicolas Cage. Talk about cultural appropriation.
I was going to say, oh, man, that's a good one. I just found out the other day the character from Jackie Brown, Michael Keaton's character from Jackie Brown, actually is the same character in Steven Soderbergh's Out of Sight.
Oh yeah,
George Clooney and Jennifer
George
Lopez.
Clooney, yep.
And Quentin Tarantino allowed them to use that character, gave them the rights.
You could technically argue that Tarantino kind of did a shared universe, but the movies are more self-contained.
He did.
Just like
he did a shared universe before anybody.
And he wrote Reservoir Dogs is connected to Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, and all that. It's all connected. Even if the same actors are in the same universe, they're playing different characters. You know, they just happen to look the same. But speaking of people who made hot comments 10 years ago, got canceled, and somehow got back, James Gunn did a very candid interview with and he's gone. Oh, there he's back. Did a very candid interview with the New York Times. Let's just say right off the bat, the Suicide Squad, from the early reviews, and here's the thing with early reviews, you got to be careful because a lot of times they are fans and stuff like that who get to see the movie early, and they don't necessarily want to give a bad review because they want to get called back.
These were a lot of critics, though. There were a lot of critics,
but they have been saying very positive stuff. Here we go. This is Eric Goldman. Delightfully, gleefully goes out with the mayhem, gore, profanity, and naughtiness, but then has some really heartfelt moments that you can invest in. I loved the whole cast. I loved the whole cast a whole lot.
Yep.
Some weird words. But here we go. And this is Jermaine Lucier. Suicide Squad is as funny, irreverent. I need some irreverence, dude. I need comic book movies to be more like The Boys and more like Daredevil. And I need and violent as promised. Gunn really balances the silly and the serious in a way that the two complement each other really well. I dug it. Also, King Shark rules. We already knew that. We knew that he is going to be the Groot of this film.
Oh,
He's going to be like the one who can kick ass, but is also kind of adorable.
Yeah. I cannot wait for King Shark. I mean, come on, dude. Sylvester
I think
Stallone.
This might be this is going to be a great movie.
Sylvester Stallone.
There you go.
Going, dude, take my money.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad is fantastic. No holds barred superhero comics bonanza. Unpredictable in story, unique in style, and full of risks. It's also violent and hilarious. Action set pieces are insane. Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, and rest of cast are awesome. James Gunn has done it again. Look, I'll be honest with you, right? The trailers haven't got me too excited until that final one.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I'm
excited.
I love James Gunn.
I'm being honest. Warner Brothers is not paying me. I love it.
I have yet to see a James Gunn movie that I didn't like.
Yeah. And guys, remember James Gunn got his career.
All of you guys are sitting there and complaining about James Gunn and crying and I can say it. It's Jiving with Jack. They're bitching and moaning about him.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Curse on Jiving with Jack.
He wrote Dawn of the Dead, guys.
Yep. He worked with Zack Snyder. The two have worked together.
Like Zack Snyder's an executive producer on this. I would even argue to say that I don't know why. Obviously, I can't. This is speculation as to why he didn't. But I would say that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't take Superman. Because he was like, that's Zack's.
Not only that, I think that Superman's not the type of character he wants to do. That's not his sense of humor. That's not his style.
Not
the same way that Tarantino should not make a Star Trek movie. It's not that Tarantino can't. It's just not his thing.
I would love to see Star Trek. Oh God, I would love. Come on, you don't want to see Spock just roll in there and just brains gushing out everywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of what they did with the J.J.
And then all
Abrams
of a sudden
movies.
the lights start flickering neon style. It's like the bad guy.
And the Klingons use the N-word all the time. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just see the silhouette of like Spock super beating up somebody. Oh, dude, like blood, bursting from the punches in his hands and the silhouette and the blood and Anyways, we love Quentin Tarantino around here.
We love Tarantino. Please keep doing movies, Quentin. Don't stop.
Right. But look, I kind of could have figured, I could have told you, right? It's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah.
Obviously. We can maybe watch this a little bit later. Actually, no, we can't. It's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers automatically
can't watch it.
they automatically
they'll shut it. They will shut us down. Prakash says, thumbs down for all comic book movies for now for me. It's getting toxic for me. that, Prakash, I will say this. I understand, I hear you, but I would say this. It only gets toxic when you allow it to get toxic. You can, I see a bunch of crazy random toxic stuff on there, and I just decide to not engage, or every now and again I will engage because
love it. I want
love a good
toxic
argument.
fans. I want them.
Jack is just crazy.
Yeah, I want the toxic fan. Dude, I love that. I'm like, give me that toxic.
But after all,
I'll sing Britney Spears Toxic.
Right. But after all, it's DC's R-rated Guardians. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
Look,
and it's their second R-rated movie in the DCEU officially.
Right.
Verge of technically BVS and Snyder Cut R, but
outside of Joker too. Yeah. And that's
Joker. Yeah.
Elseworld. But
let me say this. I think moving forward, DC has the opportunity. I said this on Tuesday, but I'll get into it now. Has the opportunity to be more interesting than Marvel if they take risks. Look, okay, Birds of Prey was kind of hit and miss for many people, but Joker wasn't. But I think WB may have learned their lesson. Like, okay, we can do risky. This next movie is going to be risky because every person who's not a huge comic book fan that goes to the movies, when I say, are you going to go see the Suicide Squad? They're like, no, the last one sucked. I'm like, oh, this is the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy. You're like, oh, okay. Like, that first movie has a lot of negative PR, and I'm very curious to see how this does, especially considering how well Black Widow did, despite being a dual performance, made $140 million between the box office and Disney Plus. Could this flop?
I don't think so. Look, they've been making it very clear this is James. What's in the trailer? From the horribly beautiful mind of James Gunn. It's so different in the tone and the color palette, everything. It's just all, you can tell that it's not. Comic movies are a bit much these days. I was looking at TV the other day, and 5 to 6 movies were comic. Yeah, they're
Justin,
all over the place.
Watch our interview with Owen Gleiberman from Variety. That we actually got into that.
There you go.
Whole other conversation, but yeah.
But yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that it's a James Gunn film. There's a few things I'm not really I'm not really looking for like the DC movies to be anything like Marvel, even if it's R-rated Marvel, or like. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Is this how much like a Marvel movie is it, even if it's R-rated? I am going to compare it to like Deadpool and those types of things, and because that's not what I want from DC. I do personally.
But
I'll still watch these
that.
movies, but that's a determination on how much I like it.
Prakash is asking a random question. Can I ask which burger joint is the worst in the U.S.? I can tell you my favorites for different things, but Austin Lean, do you have a worst burger joint?
The worst. So
I'll give my answer while you're thinking. Overall, my favorite, which is like a little bit of everything, is Wendy's.
Get out of here, Ty.
Wendy's. I love Wendy's.
Here. Yeah, Wendy's is
my
good.
favorite cheeseburgers,
Get
McDonald's.
Out of here.
McDonald's. My favorite chicken sandwich is Burger King. So I'm kind of an all-encompassing guy.
I'm an all-encompassing guy.
I've never had Sonic. We have Sonic around here, just never had it.
Wow. You guys are going to the wrong Sonic. Sonic has one of the best bacon double cheeseburgers that you can get.
I'll try. I know where Sonic is. They won't build them in my neighborhood.
Bacon double cheeseburger from Sonic with some tater tots, baby, and oh my God, I can go down the list. Sonic is where it's at, man. You can get chicken. White Castle.
White Castle?
Stand White Castle.
Again, never had it. You're right near me too.
There's this big craze, this big love of White Castle. I can't stand it. It just tastes mushy. It tastes mushy and nasty. You know what? I'll be honest. I thought about McDonald's, but every now and again, I'll pick up like a bacon McDouble or something.
Yeah.
Like on the run. And
I like the regular cheeseburgers or double cheeseburgers are great. Jack Beer, Wendy's or Burger King? So I love Burger King's chicken sandwiches, but overall, I would say Wendy's because Burger King's they do that charbroiled burger that I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like their not the Big Mac. What do they have? What do they have at what do they call their burgers? They have a name for them. The Big Mac.
Whopper.
the quarter pounders and all that stuff. Or no, whatever they have.
It's a Whopper at Burger King.
Whopper, yes. I do
Whopper.
not like the Whopper. I have a Burger King right down the street from me. I drive out of the way to either Wendy's or McDonald's if I want a cheeseburger. Or if I want to spend money, I go to an actual diner and get an American cheeseburger with fries. Which you can't.
I don't mind a burger from Burger King every now and again. They also I'm reminded that they make some okay burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I would say White Castle, man. And number one, sorry to you guys on the East Coast. Our producer Caden and I do know. I think for me, it's In-N-Out, dude.
Oh, okay.
In-N-Out is.
We don't have that out here.
There is no burger like In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I get one of my favorite I order from In-N-Out a 5x5. That's 5 patties. With some animal cheese fries, and a large pink lemonade. Their famous pink lemonade. Let me tell you this: even famous chef Anthony Bourdain loved In-N-Out and said it was one of the best burgers that he ever ate. In-N-Out.
I was about to make a very off-color joke, but I decided
telling
not
you.
to. No.
In-N-Out. In-N-Out. In-N-Out's where it's at. Let's see. White Castle's decent up. Five Guys is good too. Every time I go to McDonald's, it's a mistake. I feel that. I understand that. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar. In-N-Out dude, Justin, is Justin on the West Coast? Yeah, awesome. I
don't know where he is. He moves like every 2 weeks. He's been in Georgia. He's been in PA. He's been in Maryland. He's been in Arizona. I don't know where he is. I think he's in Arizona.
What he said, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, In-N-Out is the best.
Okay, but here's what I would also argue. Eating all of these, go to any American diner and get a proper cheeseburger with fries with pickles.
In-N-Out is still better.
Better than a diner burger, really?
Justin, back me up here.
Really? Man, that's because I don't know. Is diner culture thing out there?
Come to the West Coast. We do have a few diners. I don't know. There's diners in LA.
Yeah. Diners are really big here.
There's a few diners in LA. I do like Five Guys. We do have Five Guys, and I love Five Guys every now and again. But dude, In-N-Out. I'm telling you, dude.
Every time you say In-N-Out, I think of that movie with Kevin Kline, where his student goes on stage and says, "By the way, my teacher was gay," and everyone in Kevin Kline's life is like, "Dude, are you actually gay?" He's like, "No, I'm not."
Right.
Or In-N-Out.
Dude, yeah. Justin said, dollar for dollar. It's pretty. I'm not kidding you when I say you go to In-N-Out, you get exactly what I just said. 5x5, 4x4, whatever shoots your, whatever floats your boat.
Floats your boat, yeah.
And
shoots my watch. Is that what you were about to say? Whatever shoots your.
I wasn't gonna do it. Nope.
Whatever tickles your taint.
But
let's move on from this. Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about James Gunn, the Suicide Squad.
We got hungry, guys. We got hungry, and Prakash.
Goddamn, Prakash asked one question.
Nick, why don't you tell us what? Actually, wait. Nick is the one that's saying Sonic is terrible. Why are we listening to him? No, I'm kidding.
Because he gave $5. Listen, I take bribes, whether I'm hosting bingo, whether I'm hosting Quizzo, or whether I'm doing this thing. I take bribes.
Wait, Prakash tricked us, dude. He tricked us. This whole thing was a ploy. It was a plan launched by Lex Luthor. No, he said if we don't like a burger joint, we don't visit it, right? And don't think about employees, right? Then why should I support and not boycott a studio whose behavior and products I don't like?
Oh, is that where you were going with this?
Dude, he brought it back around, baby. I freaking love it. 10 points for Prakash. 10 points for Prakash. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm dead. That was great, Prakash.
That was great.
Love that.
I'll put it to you this way. I have never been to McDonald's where the service is good. I've never been to a Burger King where the service is good. I've never been to a Wendy's where I'm not in line for more than 20 months. That being said, the food can be good. Just like Warner Brothers can make good movies, but also be douchey. Or like Kevin Spacey, good actor, but...
So we don't... Yeah, but a little touchy in the... But let's see. Let me read... if we don't visit it and don't think about the employees, then why should I? If we don't like a burger joint, yeah, I guess that's true. But I never, it's not because most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, if I don't like a place, a restaurant, a store, a burger joint, whatever, it's not necessarily because of the service. Because I'll be honest, I'm pretty
Good
aggressive.
service can sometimes avenge a bad meal. Like if the server's good,
that's true. That's true. But I'll be honest. I worked customer service for like 3 years, and so I'm pretty aggressive. Like on the other side, like if I'm getting bad service, I make it known. I talk to the manager. I'm not like a Karen or anything, but like what.
Talk to the manager.
Dude.
You're a Karen, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was reading. I read it. Let's see. What is it? Yeah. So I mean, it's more about if I like the product, right? The overall product. If the food was good, whatever. So that's for me. I see what you're saying, Prakash, but for me, I don't blame the studio heads, or I don't like the studio heads at Warner Brothers. I'm not going to say, because I don't like them because I don't agree with them.
There we go. Okay, so
the movie.
Apropos of that, Harvey Weinstein is a scumbag. Does that mean I'm not going to ever watch most of Tarantino's movies just because he was a producer for them? No. Also,
right.
You're just looking at your camera like this. Either I froze or there you go. You're back.
No, it's tricky.
You tricked me for a second. We should do that just to mess with everyone. Be like, guys, I have a big announcement. Warner Brothers.
I know. Guys, breaking news.
And it's like, freeze like that, and then there you go. So technically, this whole conversation about burgers in a metaphorical David Lynch kind of way makes sense. So, like, if you like a place's burgers, you don't like their employees, you still go back. I mean, I hate the service at all my fast food places around here, but I still go back for the food because it's hot, it's good, especially after the gym. There's a Wendy's across the street. I'll get myself a chicken sandwich. That being said, Warner Brothers, there are still good people in Warner Brothers. There were good people in Warner Brothers that made the Snyder Cut happen. We just remember the bad ones.
Yep.
But there were good people who made it happen. And if the Snyderverse is restored, God willing, it means that some people in Warner Brothers, because look, we've been hearing, remember months ago about like infighting, about the Snyderverse. There we go.
Nick said you go to the gym then eat Wendy's.
Yeah, which is why I never get in shape. I should have the body of an Adonis. I really do. But I don't eat right. He's laughing right now. I'm not being funny. The way I work out, man.
That was funny. I like that. That was funny.
It's true.
You go to the gym.
But usually I'll get like one chicken sandwich, like no fries or anything like that. It's just protein. But yeah, sometimes I will. But I don't do like the fries and the nuggets and the soda. No, I just get like one sandwich. I'll get like, But yeah. Chicken sandwich, man.
Right. Hey, look, Prakash says, I don't like the idea of influencing others' choices. If someone wants to boycott, it's his or her money. And I don't like people preaching
their money.
I don't like preaching to them that it was not this movie's creators who made the mistake. Okay, well, a few things. I'll say this. I'm not trying to influence anybody on anything. You have your opinion. Look, you don't want to see the movie. Totally. Like, I'm never going to, or if you think that the movie's bad once you've seen it, I'm never going to, say anything. But if you bring up that you're going to boycott the movie and you bring up the reasons why, I am going to respond with the reasons why I think it's dumb. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, we are going to retort.
We are, I'm going to say my, I don't mean to be preachy or, again, I'm not trying to influence anybody's choices. But
influencers.
Yeah, but again, this whole boycott thing, I just think if your reason is, because you don't agree with where it's going or because you think certain things before you've even seen the movie, I just think that's dumb. That's not.
Agreed. Look, I have prejudices against Robert Pattinson's Batman just because I love Ben Affleck. But that does not mean I'm not going to see the movie, and it'll probably blow my mind, which I hate to admit. But I'm okay to do that. But look, the whole point of these podcasts, especially with Jive with Jack, is we want to kind of get into it. Me and Austin don't agree on most things, but that's kind of the point, So if we're not trying to convince you to go see the movie, but what I would say is, so I understand, like, you want to, and look, we could talk about the boycott the DCEU. There's a lot of fans who are saying, and then there are a lot of Snyder fans such as myself and yourself and Ty, who we're still going to, first of all, it's our job technically with the podcast. We're not going to be like, hey guys, we're not covering.
Yeah. Imagine the pop culture corner. Yeah, we're going to boycott a whole studio and not watch their movies. Yeah, we're really a pop culture corner.
There's about 20 other podcasters who are going to be like, all right, we'll cover it. We'll work our showcase.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll work with,
And look, Paul makes a great point every time, right? And I know what you said, precaution that, if I don't care, if I don't like the burger joint and I don't care about the employees, then why should I support the overall thing? Well, I think this is a bit deeper than just a burger joint here, It's just, boycotting it is not going to affect the higher ups. It's not. Yeah. But look, people like PAs, interns, all that type of stuff.
Everyone. There's a lot of big pieces who get affected by this. So, like the big wigs, they will still make their money because other people will see. Boycotting it. Look, did anyone boycott the movies after Justice League came out? No, but we still got the Snyder Cut. You just got to be loud with your demands. If anything, boycotting it is just going to piss them off, and they're just going to be like, all right, we're not going to do this for you.
It's counterproductive.
No one boycott Aquaman. No one boycott Shazam. No one boycott
it just
Wonder Woman.
It puts you in a group of people that just looks petty.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be associated with that group. Mm-hmm. You don't. Be bigger than that. We're all adults. We're all, just be the bigger person. That's all I can say about it. There's plenty of things that restaurants and places that I don't agree with their moral background or whatever. But look, me not shopping or not buying from them is not going to affect that, huh?
Do you not go to Chick-fil-A? Is that what that was about?
Chick-fil-A? No, I do go to Chick-fil-A. I don't think there's anything in my life that I've ever boycotted.
Yeah.
I really don't.
That's the shirt I'm wearing.
I guess besides like as far as like a restaurant or company or anything like that. I just don't. But moving on a bit, Suicide Squad did get very, very
folks. We have been talking about the Suicide Squad this time.
High praise. Much high praise.
We're speaking metaphorically, and Prakash. Look, the whole point of Jiving with Jack is that yes, we kind of want to take it into other directions. So for those of you joining and wondering what we are talking about, Prakash was making a point by asking us what's our favorite burger joint. He was trying to make a larger point about boycotting films, and then we got into this whole conversation about our favorite
burgers and all of this.
Big Kahuna burger, baby. That's the Hawaiian burger shit. Come on, Big Kahuna burger.
Prakash brought us all around. Current DCU slate is existent as they want to be like MCU, colorful and joke-filled.
See, and I don't want that either.
I don't want that either. I can agree with you. I can even bet that if the current slate is successful, they want to be associated with they won't want to be associated with being dark. But see, this is the thing. I am hearing that the Suicide Squad is dark and gritty.
Yeah, that's what all these reviews are saying.
Every single review I'm hearing is dark and gritty. It's just a different dark and gritty.
I think this is going to be even worse than Deadpool. Like, I don't even think Deadpool was that bad. It's just that people had never seen a really
anything
funny R-rated before.
Exactly.
So, like, I think this is going to be way worse. I mean, remember in that first video they dropped and they interviewed people? It's like, you see genitals blowing up. I'm like, what?
And you see that?
Speaking of RoboCop, have you ever seen genitals blowing up?
Hey, speaking of people involved with the Snyderverse and stuff like that, Charles Roven, again, very much involved with this movie, he said, look, this feels like a gritty war film.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like, a gritty war film on an island. So I would argue against that, Prakash, because obviously Birds of Prey, while being colorful and funny, was dark and gritty.
Oh yeah.
And people loved Birds of Prey.
I liked it a lot too. I'm not gonna say it's a masterpiece.
Joker had no humor in it. That movie made $1 billion.
$1 billion, yeah.
So I think there's a large argument.
And by the way,
that.
I give props. I just want to say to Joker, I was kind of worried that it would turn into an action movie in the last act, that's where it's lead to. No, it doesn't. And Tarantino just praises the hell out of that scene.
I love Joker. I don't trust anyone after Wonder Woman 1984 reviews. They got me. Well, sure. I guess you can kind of trust me because I did like Wonder Woman 1984. I thought that was much better than the first, much darker than the first, just way better. James Gunn also said that.
Wait, are you? I thought you were being sarcastic. You're like, psych.
No.
Oh, really? You liked it? That's right. You weren't with us when you watched that movie. I think of the three of us, the original trio, I was the only one who kind of enjoyed it. I still had issues with it. I
enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I loved the whole message. I mean, talk about Snyder related. The beautiful lie and all that, and what she sees in Steve Trevor that he's not real. Come on, dude. Get with it.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind the Steve Trevor thing. Actually, I just kind of wish they hadn't killed him off again. I thought that was so predictable. That's going to be your big sacrifice.
I thought it was even more powerful the second time. I would usually agree with you, but I would say that it was more powerful. And now I will agree with Justin.
I completely have been ignoring Austin. I'm sorry, Kate Reed. Sorry.
I will agree with Justin in that that end fight was a bit disappointing, and that whole ending with Cheetah was a bit disappointing. I actually did like the stuff with Max, crazy person, But yeah, look, that's conversation. Yeah,
look, here's my thing with Wonder Woman 1984. Same thing with Black Widow. Right. It was good, but it can be better.
Oh, I thought Wonder Woman 1984 just craps on Black Widow. If you're going to compare the two.
Okay, you know what? I agree with you.
Yeah.
I was able to go watch Wonder Woman 1984 again a couple of weeks later in theaters, and the second time I watched it, I'm like, okay, I still have issues with this movie, but I was still entertained because I'm gonna say it. Should I say it?
What do you guys?
Gal Gadot is a better lead than Scarlett Johansson.
I do like Gal Gadot. I do like Gal Gadot a lot. I do.
Comparing those two roles, Gal Gadot steals the scene even when she's against other actors. Scarlett Johansson does not.
Adam loved Wonder Woman 1984. I really did enjoy. I really did like it. I sat it, watched it, hear it on.
I was kind of hoping for more 80s music, dude. I'm doing an 80s quizzo next week. It's packed with people who love. I love 80s music. I was kind of surprised there wasn't
Wonder Woman is so underwhelming after the first movie. I thought the first movie was underwhelming.
See, I thought the first movie is better. I thought the first movie is excellent. The only issue I have is the guy from Harry Potter, then I will destroy you. That was kind of stupid. But everything to that point, I liked.
I actually kind of agree with Kaden.
Gal
is a little bland in her acting. But then again, I haven't seen her do much outside of Wonder Woman. I haven't seen her do much outside of Wonder Woman.
She's great in the Fast Furious series.
What, 10 minutes?
No, she's in 2 or 3 of them. But she wasn't a huge star. But that being said, I don't know. When I compare Scarlett, the first Avengers movie, she kind of gets lost, and maybe that's part of this to writing. But Gal has a commanding presence about her. I'm not saying she's a better actress. She has a commanding presence about her. So even when she's up against all these guys, she stands out. Again, that could be more attention paid to her character. That really wasn't there in Iron Man 2 or the first Avengers movie. It definitely was in The Winter Soldier. Someone actually cared about this character to write some good dialogue for her. But that being said, I like Gal. I would say I liked Wonder Woman 1984 better than Black Widow. Even if Black Widow is more of a cohesive film, Black Widow was so predictable. With Wonder Woman 1984, I wasn't quite sure where the plot was going. That doesn't always mean that's a good thing. But I thought
Black Widow was one of the most predictable Marvel movies that I might have ever seen.
Yeah.
And even with Wonder Woman 1984, that was
Dude, say what you want about Thor: The Dark World. The first time I saw it, I thought Loki died, and I was emotional when he dies in Thor's arms. And then at the end, of course, you find you're alive.
Dude,
but like,
I
was
sat
like,
there.
Killed. I felt bad for Loki. I'm like, damn, this dude just blew up New York, and I feel bad for him. Like, shoot.
No, Adam, dude, please don't say no. We're not offended at all.
Dude, we're not one of those, Adam.
Disagree. Yeah, no.
I think please. Austin is. Austin's like, please.
No.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with this.
There was a moment of in Wonder Woman 19 or in Black Widow that I leaned over to my friend and I was like, "Watch, this is gonna be the joke," and because they get in the helicopter and he's like, "We should probably get gas," and he's like, "No, we'll make it." And I leaned over and I got, "Watch, they're gonna follow this guy." 2 seconds later, boom! It's just so predictable at this point. I couldn't. That moment right there almost made me.
By the way, I just changed the banner. I'm like, there's got to be a banner that encompasses everything we're talking about. We're talking about Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Black Widow, Burger King. So I'm putting this banner up.
Just restore it. Just do it, people. Thor 2 is dope. I actually don't have too many problems with Thor 2. But that joke was set up to be predictable. That's a bad. Nick.
I don't know.
Go back and watch the last few films of the MCU.
Oh, speaking of which, I hate to plug other podcasters, but have you seen Red Letter Media's review of Wonder Woman 19 of Black Widow?
No.
They're pretty brutal. But I couldn't sleep last night, so I was working and I just put it on, and I'm like, damn. They said stuff that I didn't pick up on. I'm like, yeah, it made me feel so stupid for even kind of liking it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you ever feel that way? Like, you like something, and someone's like, no, this is dumb, and this is dumb, and you're like, yeah, that is kind of dumb. Whoops.
That's me. Yeah, that was me while I was watching Black Widow. That's why when I came out of the movie, I literally said it was decent.
Yeah, listen, Taskmaster, I was kind of hoping they never tell us who it is, even though I know Taskmaster. Yeah. I hope they went full Boba Fett, like in The Empire Strikes Back. He's just there. She's just there. She's badass. Yeah, you don't need to know who it is. You don't need to know who Boba Fett is. This is the bad mother effer with a gun, and that's what I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. It's his daughter who we thought,
Right. The main part I liked about the movie was the action. That was it. I was very much
the action. I felt like, I don't know,
into the action.
The one shooting sequence reminded me of F9 because of that like long truck type thing. It's like the black thing. Kind of reminded me of F9 a little bit. Yep. See, the reason, here's the thing. I will tell you this. I enjoyed F9 more because at least F9 is not trying to be something more than it is. Like F9, I shouldn't use this analogy. Never mind.
Better stop yourself there, Jack.
I was about to. It had to do with hands, but I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, look, I do think they each have their Black Widow and Wonder Woman, but personally, I enjoyed Wonder Woman a lot more.
I think Wonder Woman was better than Black Widow, but then again, whatever. Like anyway, yeah. So restore the Snyderverse. James Gunn.
We did want to mention, James Gunn. James Gunn. The Suicide Squad has the most DC characters than any DC film. That's pretty wild.
But that's not really saying much. Like it's not like they're the MC. Like if the MCU were to say that, you'd be like, damn. After Endgame,
right.
Like
this movie had the biggest cast. We just saw, today was released that Sean Gunn is playing Calendar Man.
Calendar Man, yeah. Dude, that dude gets like no love. Even in the freaking Arkham games, they just put him in a cell, like reading off holidays, like, it's Christmas. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yep, they use him in Long Halloween pretty good. And the guy
they do.
Voices.
Wait, so Sean Gunn is playing two characers? Isn't he also Weasel?
He's Weasel.
So he's playing two characters.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to touch on this. James Gunn flat out said he was devastated. He said, Kevin Feige called me. So basically they found tweets he made 10 years ago. He made Holocaust jokes. He made pedophile jokes, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Jokes. South Park generation.
And mind you, jokes. Yeah, South Park jokes. And mind you, he said in his apology that those tweets and things don't reflect the person that he is now or has been.
He says that he's a person of faith in the interview. So I looked it up. He said, like, it's against my faith. Apparently, he's a Catholic. He's not really for religion, but he still prays. I'm like, okay, that's kind of shocking. I don't know why. I just assumed, maybe he's maybe not a religious type, but he actually legit said he prayed. And he says he was devastated. He said that later he got the call that they're getting rid of him. He was going to sell his house. I'm guessing he probably lives in a really nice mansion that he's making payments on. He said, I thought my career was
over.
Done.
Finished.
Because if Disney fires you, no one else is hiring you. And I got to give props. Toby Emmerich, for all his faults, was the one who said, look, we'd like to get James and Gunn involved. He was the one who started.
Smart move. That was the one smart move he did. But I'm glad that even then James didn't do what Toby wanted him to do.
Yeah.
So
look, I give massive props to Warner Brothers for making this move. Hey, Disney wants to be safe. Like, oh, please don't do this. You made a joke 10 years ago. Warner Brothers like, hey, James Gunn, here's $100 million. Make whatever you want. Just go ahead.
And look, what's been DC fans? What's DC fans' biggest complaint over the past couple of years? That we don't have a Kevin Feige. This is the closest person we've got.
Yeah.
So,
and look, I there's got to be someone. Maybe it's David Zaslav who can have a detente. Take Toby Emmerich, Walter Amada, and Zack Snyder, put them in a room, give him some booze, give him some drugs, and work it out. If they could do that, dude, that happens in Hollywood all the time. Producers and directors hate each other, and they reconnect years later, like, we worked together for a long time, and we became friends. I think it could work out. I'm waiting for someone to do that. That solves everything.
Right.
You get Walter Amada, Toby Emmerich, maybe not Jeff Johns, and Zack Snyder in a room with someone playing middleman. And just say, look, let's do something. Let's do something for the fans. Maybe it's on HBO Max. Exclusive.
Now, that interview did confirm too. James Gunn was in talks with WB for 2 weeks before he was fired. But once he was fired, they got him. They were like, bam.
They were like, but see, here's the thing. Once you're fired from Disney, Warner Brothers could have been like, oh, we don't want him either. You know what I mean?
I would argue James Gunn is the closest person to being a Kevin Feige in DC right now, Prakash.
Maybe. Oh wait.
He said he's got other DC projects coming. He seems to have some knowledge of the larger DCEU.
Yeah. Because
he's talked about, these characters are a part of larger DCEU. I just don't like how they are marketing it like beautifully horrible mind of James Gunn. I think it works. I do. I'll be honest. If I was the Warner Brothers marketing department, that's exactly what I would have said.
That's what I would do too. And here's why, Nick. Because that first one got such awful reviews, and to this day is still such a hated movie. Warner Brothers like, hey, this is the guy who made Guardians. They actually put that in the trailer from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
The director of Guardians and from the horribly beautiful
that 2016 film.
But
they also said to him that, look, if you don't want to use any of the characters, don't. We'd like you to use Harley Quinn. And guess what? He used Harley Quinn. He brought back Jai Courtney in the only ever role he's ever done that's tolerable. He brought Viola Davis back. They were giving him full license to do a completely different Suicide Squad, even without Margot Robbie. Their one request was like, could you use Margot Robbie? So he still kept it canon. He still said this is a canon sequel to the first one. That's all James Gunn. So if I was Warner Brothers, I want to let people know that this is not the guy who made the first one, because most people outside the comic book for a fan verse, none of us know who David Ayer is. Like, we know. Other people will be like, oh, this is Suicide Squad again. Oh, the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy? Oh.
Right.
Look, sorry, my coffee tastes really hot and burned my tongue.
Right. Look, I'm going to say this and just kind of this is my final thoughts on all this. I'm getting real sick and fucking tired of this Marvel versus DC crap.
Oh yeah, I was never even a part of it.
It's petty, it's dumb, it's stupid. It's coming to a place that it's like it's making it not be fun for just a general fan, because it's so saturated with this Marvel DC crap. DC, look, straight up, DC has said we're not going to be as interconnected as Marvel.
Yeah.
Like that's not. Let them be different. I'm just so I'm so confused and just like it makes me think like these guys they're not fans of these things. They're just haters, if anything. They're just like
Some people need
to
hate
use
to
the lingo of the 21st century. They're haters, man. I mean, really, it's so annoying at this point.
I mean, tribalism has infected everything. You know, it's obviously it's in politics, but like even like it's just annoying. But listen, I'm actually looking forward to the
CW
Suicide
shows.
Squad.
CW shows are good up to 2 seasons.
Well,
and they all
they
go.
were good for a period. Actually,
right,
I
yeah.
actually like Guardians of the. What the hell is that show called? Legends of Tomorrow. That's
Legends
the only
of
one that I
Tomorrow.
kind of enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed that one. That girl who plays Sarah Lance, she's.
I'm gonna start
phenomenal.
watching Titans because that.
Oh
Titans
yeah,
series
I gotta
is
get through
great.
season 2 of that, and then
And
get
I gotta
to
watch
season
that.
3.
Yeah, but which general audience are confused?
I think he's saying general audiences are confused, I guess, maybe. But here's the thing, the general audiences, most of the people I've met are not even aware this movie exists over my shoulder. As far as I know, there was only one Justice League movie, and the other movies are connected to this. But here's the thing. Joker came out a year ago, and no point was like, wait, why is this Joker different from the Heath Ledger Joker, different from the Jared Leto? People know. People know. And once Batman comes out, and look, next year we're going to have 3 Batmans on screen. We're going to have Michael Keaton, Ben
So
Affleck,
excited. So excited.
And the
So
Twilight,
excited.
my skin sparkles guy, you know.
My favorite DCEU characters. I'm gonna be.
Good,
That's,
Prakash.
that's
I
a
want you to
character-
have hate.
Yeah. That's a character that I want to see oversaturation of. I love that character. I'll take
Which
it.
character?
I love him. Batman. Love him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I said this before you joined. I said Batman is the greatest fictional American character ever created.
yeah, I think he's phenomenal. Can you guys tell me which Supes was shot by Bloodsport? I'm gonna think Henry Cavill's, considering
Henry Cavill.
Margot Robbie's there and the guys from that Suicide
They said this
Squad,
is part of
which
the
is
within the DCEU. Henry Cavill is still Superman. Remember, Ben Affleck was gone. If they could bring Ben Affleck back, I think they're just waiting to figure out
and
how
they never gave an announcement like they did with Ben Affleck that Henry.
Ben Affleck announced he was done. Henry Cavill, not so much. Right now, okay, you know what? Let's transition into that. This is a very, very good segue.
It's supposed to be Henry Cavill during the time gap of Man of Steel and BVS.
Okay, where's that coming from? Oh, Caden is saying that. Are we sure about that?
Our producer. I believe our producer. He tends to get things right.
Okay. I assumed that Superman got shot after Justice League. Either this version or the other one. And I mean, he's not dead. He's just in the ICU. He's going to get better. Because, look, we have this weird idea that just because we haven't seen him since Justice League that Superman doesn't exist. He does exist.
I would actually like that.
Birds of Prey. She makes Harley Quinn makes a reference to Ben Affleck's Batman. You know, so
I would actually like if it's between BVS and Man of Steel and BVS because, look, we know Starro's the villain of the Suicide Squad. Starro is also the first villain of Justice League League. So I would love that these guys have to deal with that. Superman. That's why the Justice League doesn't deal with Starro first. Superman's in the ICU. You know, I kind of like that if that's where it's set. I love that.
So this would be set years ago then?
I think that's great. Yeah, why not?
Years ago? I don't think so. I feel like well, he said they put Superman in the ICU.
Look, Margot Robbie came out in an interview this week and said, "Look, our DC." She said, "We're not trying to be Marvel. Stop." She basically said, "Stop. Everybody, stop trying to make us Marvel and think that Look, things are going to be connected, but it's not going to be like the MCU where everything's super interconnected. And you have to. The MCU is getting to a point, guys, where you have to watch everything.
Everything, yeah.
To understand and get what's going on fully. You miss one movie and you miss something, even if the movie's not that good. They still, that's the way Marvel's work. DC doesn't want to work like that. They do want to be able to have their characters interact, say it's the same world and stuff, but they don't want to be tied to this whole thing of like you have to go watch.
They don't want to
15 movies
their
just to watch. This one. First Suicide was formed after Soup's death when Waller told his higher ups about metas. Again,
so
dude, I'm giving up on that argument, like with the timeline and stuff.
Yeah, but let's talk about a little bit about Henry Cavill because all right, The Witcher 2 dropped a trailer. He looks amazing. He's going to be in a Matthew Vaughn. For those who don't know who Matthew Vaughn is, he directed X-Men First Class, and I think he did Kick-Ass also. Is making a spy thriller.
Yeah,
with Henry Cavill, and today he just got cast.
Matthew Vaughn.
He got cast with this cast. This is going to be the cast of Argyle. He's also in a movie called The Rosie Project. He's also going to be in Highlander. Why is this guy so freaking hot, both physically and metaphorically, but they will not give him Superman? I don't get it. The Witcher 2 is trending all week.
Look, I'm hearing
Look how handsome he is.
I'm hearing rufflings amongst Hollywood, but that Superman, he's not done. He's not done with Superman.
I'm not saying he's done, but like how we not had a second Superman movie?
I question this too. I question this as well. I think Toby Emmerich is just like literally has a thing with Zack Snyder, and it starts with Zack Snyder started with Superman, and I think he wants to erase that whole like Zack Snyder Superman. He wants to just start over. That's why he was trying to give James Gunn Superman. That's why he's trying to, that's why he gave J.J. Abrams Superman.
They're doing the woke Superman. That'll be fun.
Yeah. It's very obvious that Warner Brothers is internally at war with itself.
Yep.
Because they have
I have a feeling that J.J. Abrams film is not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that they've issued a script. I don't think it's going to happen. I think now.
I think if it does happen, it's not going to be as well received.
No, it will not. Because it's so obvious that they're trying to for the fans, either that they're trying to get rid of Henry Cavill, or it's going to be seen like as overtly political, and people are just going to be like, yeah, whatever.
So to that, Prakash, I would say, look, loosely connected is where I'm not comfortable. That's fine. I get it. But I would suggest you broaden your horizon.
I would say keep an open mind. Look, we both want the Snyderverse to start.
Keep an open mind. I would say, keep an open mind, but at the same time, get you loosely connected is where I'm not comfortable. That's fine. Get it. Just don't trash the movies before they get. That's where I get pissed off. Yeah. Where I think there's a massive problem in all the fandoms. We're trashing things before we've even seen them.
Yeah. And
people are acting like they know somehow what's going to happen and and it's just,
like,
yeah.
They
wanted to make Clark come from Chicago. Yeah. If that's not troubling, I don't know what is. I mean, look, if it's a different story and Elseworlds thing and it's explained, I don't have an issue with it. That's why I'm saying.
What is this about?
We have to be able to broaden.
I need context here. Who wanted to make Clark come from Chicago? What is that?
I
you know what he's talking about?
Well, it's probably JJ. I think it's JJ's.
Oh, really?
Isn't probably. Look. It's kind of like last night. Actually, Ty and Tucky Williams talked about it a little bit. In that, Ty it seems like he was against the whole like female, African American James Bond thing and all that. Look, at this point,
African British, I guess. She wouldn't be African American.
Oh, right. African British, right. Yeah.
That's it. You're canceled.
Right. At this point, dude, I'm at a point where it's just like it's all fair game. Guess what, guys? At the end of the day, none of them exist. It's all
really
fantasy.
Don't care, but then I really don't care about James Bond. I have tried my best. I love Alpha Male, and I think it's cool. But like the only James Bond I've watched again and again is Casino Royale.
I'm a big James Bond man. I love Skyfall, dude. Skyfall. Woo! That movie gets.
Was that the one that was like Home Alone at the end, where like they rigged the house and stuff? I'm not saying the movies are bad. I just can't get into them. I have the same thing with Harry Potter. I watched all the Harry Potter movies. I liked them a lot. I enjoyed them, but I'm not like I'm gonna watch it again.
Jack says, I think Henry will be in the Flash.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Do you think it's possible? A small cameo.
I'd be, you know, I look. I always reference this is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is continually
our viewers. Here we go.
Right, is continually vocal about wanting to work with this man and fight this man, Superman. The suit from Shazam was Henry's Superman. Shazam's. I mean, look, I would be real weird if all of a sudden it was a different Superman. If they do bring him into Shazam too, so you know, I think it's possible. I think anything's possible, but I think we don't know. We don't know, and people are acting like they do, and we don't.
Yeah.
So.
We don't.
WB asked Snyder to make Warner Brothers asked Snyder to make Clark in Man of Steel. Okay, from Chicago. Oh well, he didn't, and Warner Brothers, we already know, is stupid. Did you guys watch Tucky and Ty? Yeah, guys, go check out the Tucky and Ty show from yesterday. It's really good.
I thought he was asking us. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
For a second, I thought you were asking me. Like, yeah, we watched it.
But I love James Bond. Highly recommend. I've never seen a James Bond
I don't think James Bond's gonna work anymore. Like the dude's like a womanizer and stuff. Like I'm fine with that, but like I think they're gonna have to like make it all politically correct and stuff. It's not gonna work.
No, because characters like that, they're established. They're established. Look, I'll be honest with you. I would love to see Idris Elba play James Bond.
He's too old, though. He's like the same age as
I know, as Daniel, but still, I just love
get someone younger. But you need.
I get that. But also, I would love to see like an older, like Colin Firth play James Bond. James Bond is older age. He's retired. Bring him out, kind of like Dark Knight Returns style.
They did that with Sean Connery, like an older James Bond. But if they get an actor, they have to be an alpha male, or at least come off as an alpha male. Don't cast someone who's just handsome. You need someone who can be a total alpha male. Hey, Austin, you know who should play the next James Bond?
I would love to see him play James Bond. Love it. I would love it. But English. At the same time,
he's big, he's handsome, and he's not short. Unlike a current James Bond, like he could actually tower.
Right.
Imagine him in a tuxedo.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, look, I love it, but at the same time, I'm very excited to see that this new Daniel Craig movie, the next 007, is Lashana Lynch. You know, and I think she's the next agent. For me, my mind is open. I've broadened my horizon, and I've decided I'm not going to sit here and go, oh yeah, these.
You know what they say? If you open your mind too much, you let junk in.
Yeah, whatever. I got a filter. I can figure it out.
I just came up with that just now too. You know.
Oh, okay. Right.
I would put that on a shirt.
You have a video of Snyder talking about that the studio wanted Soups to come from Chicago, other places, and changing his parents' name. He's going to be Justice League Soups. Yeah, again, at this point, I don't care.
Yeah, but Justice League Soups, aside from the mustache, that was traditional Christopher Reeve Superman. Like, it wasn't like it was a bastardization of the character. They just gave him, because certain people, fans, were like, oh, Superman's too dark and BVS. And Warner Brothers like, all right, let's get Joss Whedon to lighten him up.
And it's understandable.
I blame the fans for what happened.
Warner Brothers,
I blame the fans for overreacting and screeching, and then like this is what happened. Not you guys watching the show; you guys are cool, but the other fans,
And then look, you think about it too. When Warner Brothers started this, they wanted to keep Christopher Nolan. They wanted to do the whole grounded thing. So Prakash, yes, they want that. Kind of makes sense in that Chicago, Metropolis is in Illinois, in the comics. Or it's around the Illinois. Maryland. Is it?
Yeah, it's so weird. I looked that up recently a couple times.
I thought it was Illinois.
They always change it. I always thought originally it was supposed to be in Kansas, not too far from Smallville. But apparently, as of, I don't know if it's the New 52 or whatever, but it's a coastal city, so it's on the East Coast. Gotham is in New Jersey, like central New Jersey, on the basically where the Jersey Shore is. That's supposed to be where Gotham is, and Metropolis is supposed to be in Maryland. Again, another coastal. You have to. It's like on the DC Wiki.
Where's Metropolis? Well, it depends on which Metropolis you're talking about. Yeah.
There is a real Metropolis, by the way, but it's not.
U.S. state. It was located on January 21st, 1972. DC Comics declared Metropolis, Illinois, as the hometown of Superman.
Illinois
makes sense. Yep, Illinois. Illinois is correct. Good job, again. Caden has yet to be wrong as our producer. We love it here. We have a 10 out of 10 producer, guys. Make sure and congratulate Caden again, our new producer this week. We love him. He's killing it. Would you guys be down for an air cut of Suicide Squad, which is 2 hours and a better? Oh God, I don't care at this point. I'm gonna be real honest.
Yeah, I don't care. This
is gonna get me in trouble. I don't care.
Okay, real quick, Austin. So recently they've changed it to Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Like in the new 52. Because I remember reading, I'm like, oh, that's weird. I always thought it was like kind of central, like I guess around Chicago and everything. But here's and I'm going to say this. I want the air cut, but if you think the air cut is going to be to the 2016 film, what Zack Snyder's Justice League was to the 2017 film, I think you're going to be severely disappointed. If you're thinking like, oh, it's going to be like a much better movie. Because David Ayer, God bless him, look at his track record as a director, isn't necessarily a good director. I'm not saying he's bad. He hasn't really made good movies. Some movies that are okay, better than others. Yeah. But I don't think the Ayer cut would be that much more of an improvement in the same way that Zack Snyder's Justice League was over. Like, if you're expecting
not amazing.
I think Brian Fury was amazing. I like
Fury was amazing. But like, I watched Fury, Training Day. He's got good movies. Agreed.
Yeah, he did Training Day. Hold on a second. He directed Training Day.
No, he wrote it.
Oh,
but he wrote. These are all of his movies. He wrote.
Okay, I like Training Day, but again, different.
But he also just did The Tax Collector. Yeah.
Was that any good?
No.
Okay.
It's borderline.
But what I'm saying is, if fans are expecting the same thing to happen, like that much of a jump in quality, it'll be better, but not that much better.
Look, I don't know.
I'll
be honest. I'm sure it's good, and if it happens, am I gonna watch it? It's my job. I'm done campaign. I'm not gonna campaign for it. Sorry, I don't care. If it happens, great.
I'll retweet it, but I'm not gonna do like tagging people. Like
if it doesn't happen, don't care. At this point,
King Kong ain't got on me.
At this point, James Gunn's Suicide Squad is obviously where they're going. I don't see, and the Suicide Squad wouldn't necessarily affect anything if they restored the Snyder version.
I still think the Snyderverse can be restored, and they just have to make some changes in the script, which I'm sure Zach would do. They might have to push the Nightmare sequence. I think he said the Nightmare was supposed to be a year after Justice League.
Nobody's expecting it to equal Snyder's cut later. Yeah. But, you look at the difference, man.
I'm talking about in quality. Like, if you're expecting
look at the difference.
That much better. Like,
there was 2 hours cut out of Justice League, not 30 minutes.
You sure about that? 2 hours? A lot more than 2 hours.
Was it 2? Was it?
Yeah, because a lot of the scenes
wasn't it 2 hours?
No, it's more than that because a lot of the scenes have completely different dialogue.
Good
Almost
God.
every
scene
has
more than that. I'm
way more than that.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. I just don't think that. And look, I know 30 minutes made the difference.
For BVS,
but I just don't think that's going to be.
I don't know if it's going to make a difference here too.
But
we'll see. I would like to see it eventually. What's his name? James Gunn said that he supports David Ayer.
He says he's got like 45 minutes of Joker stuff, but then the cut's only 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Look, if they restore the Snyderverse,
has been in the past and has sounded like one of those directors to make kind of a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Out of things.
Yeah. So.
He's not like Zack Snyder, guys. He's not like Zack. I'll be honest.
He's not Zack. And speaking of which, look, we have about let's say 20 minutes left. I do want to touch on Zack Snyder. I do want to touch on Britney and Star Trek. But this is an ongoing conversation. I also think we have a skit for you guys at the end.
I know.
We have a skit for you guys. I spend many minutes filming this stuff.
Many minutes.
Dozens of seconds filming this stuff. And Ty spends hours editing it.
Hours
editing it, if he can find it. But folks, let's jump into a little bit Zack Snyder.
Prakash is like, go for the 3-hour show, dude. I would love to.
We go for quality, not quantity.
I wouldn't mind. It's just, I'll be honest, today's a off day here for me.
Although, guys, there's a possibility, hypothetically, this could happen, and it will probably happen, where I might not be able to do Jivin with Jack, let's say on a random Tuesday or Thursday in the future, right? So guess what would happen? Well, this is what would happen.
Hi, I'm Jack.
Hi, I'm Austin. Look at my headphones. I wear headphones.
Right.
I have an impersonation of Justice. I have an impersonation of Ty. I don't have one of you just yet. I need a little more time to get to know you.
I'm hard to pinpoint, man.
Yeah.
I'm hard to get down. Why would they
how do I mimic
a
$1 million voice? I don't know how to do that.
Comes naturally, baby.
Yeah.
Comes naturally. Let's see. Our private chat, Kaden just goes, "Hi, I'm Kaden."
Devil to come back. Oh, yeah. You know what he's talking about? Remember that skit where Ty,
Yeah. What's your Ty impression? Adam asked, "What's your Ty impression?"
Oh no, I'm not doing that. I ain't getting fired. I ain't getting fired.
You want me to do it? You want me to do it? I have a Ty.
I have impersonation. Here we go.
Yeah. Well,
one of these days.
Here's the thing. Ty will be. Ty is funny, man. Ty will be. That is. Everybody duck! Get out! Hi.
I would tread lightly here.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to like it. It's not like an impersonation that I'm making fun of.
No.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
Go ahead. I'd like to see this.
Look, Ty is very. He gets very random.
Look at him like predicating everything with like. Let me first just say that I love Ty. He's one of my best friends.
I got it. Look. He's very random at moments. So like, you'll be having a conversation with him, and like he'll remember something, but it's something he's frustrated with him. So he'll be sitting there and be like, "Oh God, yeah, I love that comic, man. I just love it." Fuck! Oh, come on! And he'll just remember that, like, he forgot to feed the dog. He forgot to do something. Dude, it's so funny. It's always something. It's never like, you forget something and then you're like, oh, happy you remember it. No, it's always something he's frustrated. And it's great. That's my Ty impression. See? I worked it out. It all works. There you go. Came out like, see?
You know what?
Rebel Moon, Ty.
No. You know what? I think it's time.
Hello. I need you to do me a favor. I'm having trouble with a certain Pakistani. How am I making calls from hell? I get service too. Who do you think owns T-Mobile? Listen, I need you to take him out. A deal? I will not, resurrect Hitler to take out Jack. Let me think it over. I'll get back to you. You'll know. The number is 666. Bye. It's done.
Dude, man, poor Prakash is going to get killed.
I love
If it's the same people that went
God!
after Justice, they're gonna get poor Prakash in India.
Oh my gosh!
It's funny.
I like that.
Adam kind of guessed it.
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. I
I
knew
thought
it
it
was.
was like one of the other skits like ready.
I
No,
just
no,
knew
no,
it was
no.
the devil that created T-Mobile. I
Yes.
guessed that from the beginning.
Yes, T-Mobile has service or has cell
T-Mobile
towers down there.
Yeah.
But man,
Sometimes.
that variant of me, I don't know. He doesn't really like you guys, so
that very.
I'd watch out.
Yeah, but Austin, why'd you do that impression?
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
summoned him. I conjured him up. I just want to talk, man. I just want to talk to him. That's all.
So what do you guys,
I feel
what
like
do you
we
guys
can
think-
talk it out. I'm like, yeah, I feel like we can.
What do you guys think? We know very little about it, but Zack Snyder, look, he's in with Netflix. He's doing this thing called Rebel Moon, and already critics are like, "Oh, he's trying to copy George Lucas by doing a space thing." I'm like, dude, George Lucas did not invent space fantasy. He did it the best in the 70s, but like, I'm really excited to see what Zack Snyder could do in space.
Oh
Like
yeah.
action.
Dude, if the opening 10-20 minutes of Man of Steel is any indication,
Oh yeah,
I'd take my entire bank account. Yes.
For real though,
Yes.
for real.
I argue that the opening 20 minutes of Man of Steel is like top 5 the greatest opening 20 minutes of any film of all time.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I loved and I don't know about like what Rebel Moon is, but if he is given the freedom to kind of create characters and beings and whatever, like in Man of Steel, he kind of took some liberties, and there were creatures and there was like that Avatar looking bird thing. So if he's given the same kind of liberties where he could create from scratch these very gorgeous visual effect or computer generated things like that, I truly think this is we're in for a treat with this one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
I agree.
And he's working with the writers who worked with him to make 300.
Oh yeah, and
Like he worked with a couple of writers. So like
it's gonna be a samurai in space type thing.
samurai in space type thing. Yeah.
So that's perfect. It's gonna be. I can already see it. You got 300. It's gonna be.
That
brutal.
sounds like a
It's gonna be
story.
visual.
That sounds like a story from Heavy Metal.
Oh jeez.
Oh god.
Heavy Metal does that a lot.
Well, I guess since he's bringing up heavy metal, I forgot to mention. Obviously,
And Zack Snyder's a big Heavy Metal fan.
I know that it was revealed that it's He Who Remains and Kane, but it's very obvious. Church, Catholic walls, and all that. Like, Mephisto's behind the whole thing. I can tell you right now, Loki season 2 opens with Mephisto going, "It was Mephisto all along," and it's
at this point, if
it's this
Mephisto shows
big
up in
Loki
Suicide
like
Squad,
musical
yeah.
number. They're just gonna get weirder and weirder with it.
Prakash,
It's great. Do a type impression skit.
relax.
Whoa! Hey!
Relax
Oh,
there.
boy. Dude, you have to understand, he's from India, and like I'm from Pakistan. Like they do arranged marriages over there. Like you meet a girl, like that's it. Like a couple months later, done deal.
Yeah.
So like you're actually kind of moving slow, and according to their timeline,
2 weeks.
2 weeks or whatever. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. If you're lucky, otherwise they pick for you, man. They'll pick for you. Like you married this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
She comes from a good family. I'm not making fun of Pakat. That's my parents. She comes from a good family. Like that's what they care about. I'm like, Dad, she's ugly as hell. Like, oh no.
Right.
Her family, her father's a doctor.
Gosh, I'm dead.
There she is.
Dude, that's one of the funniest things that he said. You're moving kind of slow for us, dude.
She just cleaned out a drawer for me at her house. I don't know if we're ready for the next step there. All right, so
Oh my
Prakash,
God.
you
Hey, dude,
relax
what
over
happens
there.
when you guys get married and you have your best man with you, and he's about to hand you the ring, and all of a sudden Justice just walks in. He's like, "No, I'm your best man. Come on, that's dumb."
Well, you guys are gonna be there, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, you already. Yeah,
Well, live
There's an open
stream.
bar. I'll be there.
I'll be
Well-
skydiving in, obviously, because I'm gonna need to.
We're
make
gonna-
it.
Iron Man 3 or Iron Man 2, where he jumps out of the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but no suit, so I'm just gonna splat, and then an AI version of me will say, "I'm here."
We're gonna live stream the whole thing.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Imagine. I don't think anyone's done that yet, right?
The only thing I can think of, one of the guys from the Honest trailers is a huge fan of The Rock, and they were pretty big. They actually got The Rock to officiate it, like they surprised him. Yeah, but like that's the only thing. Like, but that's because they were already popular. He's the heavy set guy. I don't know if it's Screen Junkies or one of those guys.
We'll get Darkseid to do it for you. We'll get Rip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what if we got Zack Snyder?
He's busy with some
throw some CGI in there.
Motion something. I don't know.
Right.
Why don't they just make a motion comic of David Ayer Suicide Squad?
That could work too.
There you go. I'll take it.
I'm sure.
How about we do that? How about we do
Leak
that
it.
one?
We'll put it on a USB.
No. We'll do that one.
Ooh, David Ayer Suicide Squad.
Do you like David Ayer Suicide Squad?
I think
I am curious. I want to see it.
You know what? I had a good time watching it.
I've grown to love that movie. By the way, I hated it when I first saw it. I've grown to love it.
I love the first 30 minutes, and then I can't.
David Ayer Suicide Squad's funny. Well, not David Ayer Suicide Squad. The theatrical Warner Brothers Suicide Squad. I wish that they didn't do what they did in terms of storytelling. You know, when we talk to people like Sean O'Connell, they reminded us that, you know, Will Smith has 3 character intros, and they're all, you know what I mean? Like there's stuff like that like just like you can't unsee it, because Will Smith gets introduced 3 times. Yeah, and it's all, you know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, here's Will Smith. It's Will Smith like in the jail. Then it's Will Smith being introduced in a flashback with his daughter. You know what I mean? Like those are bad choices, and it's like no one saw that, no one understood that. But it's.
If you watch that first trailer where they had that song, "The Joke Was on Me,"
that was the greatest.
And you compare that to
the
other trailer, which is the one with Queen. You know, it's like apples and oranges. They were going for a different tone. There was probably going to be comedy in it, but it was going to be much darker.
Yeah, much darker.
Yeah,
much darker.
And that Comic-Con trailer.
We'll have a special pew for the members only.
Yeah. That. Wait, what? They can't, as it's owned by W.
Yeah, I think that one's a little different. They can't do the Suicide Squad. David Ayer, you can't do like a motion.
Yeah, but so is Justice League.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Right, but I think like. Yes, okay, I get what you're saying, but yeah, it's different. There's a full script for David Ayer's The Suicide Squad. That would be more of an adaptation.
We would be improvising most of it because we don't really know all of it.
Right.
I don't know. I still don't think what they're doing is legal. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Studio Squad. What we saw on the big screen.
Okay. No, that's a good name for it. Studio Squad. So I don't like some of the liberties. I mean, I think if they did include Steppenwolf, that the movie would have been a whole ton better. Like an introduction to Steppenwolf coming down and kind of the Joker giving Steppenwolf his gang to be the first run of parademons. I think that's
wait, so was it supposed to be parademons instead of those putty things?
No. Okay. Well, yes, but in a way. So basically, what was reported was in the post-credit sequence, Steppenwolf arrives.
Right.
Well, not Steppenwolf arrives. The Joker meets up with Steppenwolf, and the Joker negotiates his life in return, he gives Steppenwolf his gang. You know, the gang of guys that are with the Joker. He gives them over to Steppenwolf, and Steppenwolf turns them into the first parademons.
Oh.
which I thought would have been super cool.
Yeah, I do want to see it. I really want to see it. If they restore the Snyderverse, I think it'll happen. But I think the Snyderverse would happen first.
Right.
Or if they did do David Ayer's Suicide Squad, that would be a sign that the Snyderverse is being restored. But
and I love how Prakash says what Nicotina and others are doing is an old pitch. Please don't get me started on this.
Yeah, I think Caden was saying it's not the one that Zach eventually did. It's like an older version of what Justice League 2 and 3 were going to be. Is that the one where Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane were going to get like hook up or whatever?
Yeah, and it was Nicotina's idea. Nicotina is listed as an executive producer.
Okay.
He's not doing it. Like he's not doing the thing.
Okay.
Lightcast is putting it together. It stemmed from an idea of Nicotina's. So that's why they gave him the executive producer tag. I'm sure maybe he's helping out in other ways. Maybe he's voicing or doing something. But I don't think he's involved in. I don't think he's filming it or animating it or anything like that.
Well, executive producers don't really do that. He probably maybe helped put everyone together. I think they got Wonder Meg, Liz Wonder.
I wouldn't even say that he did that. And no disrespect to Nicotina or anything, but I find I mean he comes in here and it is what it is. I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't want to jeopardize anything, but the project, I'm happy about the project. I think it's going to be cool. I'm not going to watch it. It's not for me. I don't think it's anyone's place to do except Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers. And that's the end of it. That's the end of my argument. No one will change my mind. That's it. Right?
Agreed to disagree.
Yeah, of course. And that's okay. And that's okay.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like it's an older version. It's not the one that Zach was going to do. And like if Warner Brothers were actually to make a kerfuffle about this, they would look really bad because they're doing it for AFSP.
They look really bad.
Okay, if you're bitter, right? If you're Warner Brothers and you're bitter, right? You're bitter as ufk. And in a year's time, the new guard's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you? And it's you could arguably say that the fans are the ones who kind of made this all happen, right? They're the ones who kind of turned on Warner Brothers, and then things happened and dominoes fell. So I wouldn't call it out of the realm of possibilities that Warner Brothers, the current guard, makes us think about it because they can.
Maybe. But like on the other hand, they could be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and do that because we're not doing it. You go ahead."
Yeah.
And I don't think it would make a difference.
I think the chances of that are very
the current
slim.
guard is on their way out.
Because I know how I act when I'm bitter. I know how I act. I act petty.
Yeah, but you're one person.
And you also have to remember the new
Warner Brothers
like,
is
hey,
multiple
money.
There's going to be someone in that group that goes, "Hey, yeah, this isn't going to be good for the Flash, the Batman, all of this."
Not to mention,
you want to talk about a boycott? That will give them a reason. That
they're already having talks of boycotts.
But it's tiny right now, and like we said earlier, it's mainly haters. Tiny. I barely see it.
I wouldn't.
And it doesn't. It's not effective. I can tell you that.
But the boycott for DCEU stuff, that's non-Snyder. Yeah, I don't think it's that effective.
Yeah, I do agree though that if Warner Brothers were to come out and look at this, ACS Anthony posted a video or a picture of a clip on Twitter of something from BVS before the Snyder Cut came out. And he got literally kicked off Twitter.
Yep.
So what's going to happen with this? I just don't think it's going to be as peachy as I don't think it's gonna.
I feel like if Warner Brothers was going to try to stop it, they would have stopped it by now. Like they would have been like, "Hey, we're putting a cease and desist."
You can't stop an idea. You can.
No,
you can't
but I'm
do
saying
that.
like if they're actually into production, if Warner Brothers were going to make, I think right now Warner Brothers has such negative, especially with Chris Nolan leaving, who's a very well like they just look really bad right now, and the whole deal with HBO Max makes them look bad, and they just look kind of really sucky right now. Especially after Disney Plus announced the numbers for Black Widow, and we still don't know the numbers for Snyder Cut. They are not looking good. And if they were to somehow try to delay this or stop this or attack this, I think it would just make them look way worse.
Yeah.
I think it would just make them look awful. And I think as a
I
PR move, I remember, we talk about Toby, we talk about Walter Amada, but there's hundreds of other people working at Warner Brothers who be like, dude, just let it be. Let the fans, if anything, it's free press for us or free whatever marketing for us if we ever.
And those types of decisions aren't made by one person. They're made in a boardroom.
And not only that, I think Zach right now, he's going to focus on his next movie. Justice League 2 would be a ways off. I think he was waiting. He was waiting for a phone call he never got. I still think it's going to happen.
And that's another story in itself, right? People are getting upset at Ray Porter, because they think that by him doing this, it seems like he's given up hope at playing Darkseid in any live action form or fashion. I don't know why Harry Lennox hasn't gotten the same treatment. I mean, I know why Sam Benjamin hasn't gotten the same treatment, but Ray Porter's been
because
targeted.
Ray Porter's made himself really accessible to the fans. So
Ray Porter has been incredibly nice with his and generous with his time and I think
Ray knows the industry well enough to know that if you were making a mistake, he'd be making a mistake. I think he probably knows it won't be that big of a deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And somebody brought up like. I was talking to somebody, they're like, "Oh, he won't be able to use the same voice as Darkseid."
I was literally just gonna bring up the voice,
and I was gonna say,
the voice is owned by Warner Brothers.
BS. Okay, well that's great, but they're not going to do anything.
Thank you.
And if they would have, Prakash, we love you, buddy. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash.
We appreciate you. But he's gone around doing the Darkseid voice on everybody's on our podcast.
Right, but it's not for but
he didn't make any money there. He's
that's
not gonna make money.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it should be like. Look,
I think there's a reason that Ray Fisher, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller. I mean, Ray Fisher is also another person who, has ties to the fans. There's a reason that Ray's not doing it. There's a reason that, obviously Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, they're kind of big, right? I think they're a little too big. If they were able to get Ben Affleck,
busy these days.
If they were to get Ben Affleck, then they might as well just do the fan film.
Yeah,
exactly. Have Snyder do it.
Yeah.
But no. Look, all those guys are incredibly busy with careers.
Look, there are examples of this happening before. With Star Trek, they've gotten fans have made Star Trek fan films and gotten some of the smaller actors. Obviously, you're not going to get William Shatner, but they've gotten smaller Star Trek actors to reprise their roles in fan-made films. And Paramount's like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go
right.
ahead. Like, as long as you don't make money off of it, like you can't it has to be free on like YouTube or whatever, but you can't make money off it. But like they're okay with it because that's free marketing for them. That helps keep the Star Trek fan base alive. They're like, go ahead. So again, you're right. There are probably people who could be bitter about this in Warner Brothers, but I feel like, the stockholders are going to be like, dude, what are you doing? This is costing us money.
I just think, all right, so what do we know Warner Brothers has coming out, right? We know that they're going to be working on a Green Lantern core show.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be featured in this comic? Green Lantern, right? I think that right there alone is going to be the issue, right? I don't think there's a reason they didn't want Zach to use Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Why would they let these fans do it?
Because they're fans.
smaller.
It's a much different scale. It's
a whole different.
It's basically a fan project. Whereas with Zach, it could very much affect, because if
as much as they hate us, hate the fans, the current DC people in charge, they won't actually engage with us in that type of way.
Yeah,
and I think look at how many DC or Marvel fan films. Actually, I think I've heard Marvel fan films get sued, but I rarely hear of so many DC fan films.
Didn't someone just make one recently with Michael Madsen?
Every week I hear a Batman film. Dude, I mean, there was that whole, for months and months, College Humor was using The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
In, super great, funny, naughty ways.
That falls under.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. I was flagging Prakash.
He was saying that College Humor.
Yeah, College Humor used they did those Dark Knight skits, for so long. So,
but satire falls under
that falls under fair use as satire or parody.
Falls under the first
parody. Like I said, they can get away with this. And they most likely will.
I don't think they're getting away with anything. I think they're like, hey, if you guys won't do it, we will, as a way to kind of keep the movement alive.
Well, I'm talking about getting away with it as in with no repercussion. Right?
I honestly, again, if there were repercussions, it would make Warner Brothers look so much worse. And right now, they don't want any more drama.
I don't think Warner Brothers cares about repercussions. Look at what they've done. Look at what they do. I just don't see that company as caring what we think anymore.
But again, when we say we were talking about the Snyder fan base, though, they're looking at the larger audiences, and something like this could give them a lot of negative headlines, because Universal, who owns NBC, would be like, hey, let's run this on the news, because their competitors, CNN, owned by AOL Time Warner, they're going to be like, hey, fans made a fan film raising money for suicide awareness, and Warner Brothers is suing them. They're going to do that. MSNBC, Fox News, the competitors to CNN. And they know that.
Stephen Colbert is going to do, dude.
Stephen Colbert will do it. CBS will do it. ABC will do it. They're going to go after them. This is good news. Hey, their fans did something.
Snyder will probably even stand in for them.
It seems like a PR tactic. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? I'll give you this. I'll say this way. I think for some of those people involved, it is a PR tactic. Yeah. But I would say for the most that I've gotten to talk to,
listen, not. Wonder Meg is amazing. Amazing. I'm so glad she is a person in this fandom. She's great, right? The other people that are involved, some of them are great. They're great people. Ray Porter, amazing. Sam Benjamin, love him. So, some of these people are just they're tremendous people. I just think with everything comes a price, and with everything, it's not so pure, right? So for some of these people, this is a tactic, like we just talked about. For some of these people, this is a way so that they can get closer to Zack Snyder.
I mean, maybe. I mean, here's the thing: if they asked us to do it, I think we'd say yes.
I would.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would say yes to get closer to Zack Snyder. I'd be like, yeah. Yeah,
and I'm not. Yeah, I mean,
I'd be like, yeah, business, sure. Right? Can we meet Zack?
That's the business. It's the business.
That's showbiz, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying that I think that's why they're doing it, but I think Zack has been on all these guys' shows. He's been on Lightcast. He's been with Wonder Meg and all those people. So they already have a relationship with him. I would be surprised if he gives his thumbs up at some point.
That's not what I meant. But anyway, moving on. Moving on. What's the next topic?
So we got one more topic. We're going to talk.
Free Britney.
This is actually why I joined, by the way.
There we go.
For Free Britney.
There we go.
I have an update and new news on Free Britney, actually.
Oh, then you go ahead first, then. You go ahead first.
So here we go. Britney actually was quoted, and she said that she wants, as wanting her father gone off the conversation, That's a word I'm going to need help with.
Conservatorship?
Yep, that's the one. So here we go. Let's see. I'm trying to pull up the article here.
Right. Here's what I do know this. She has been able to hire her own attorney in a key win and accuse the father of conservatorship abuse in court. So she did speak in court. She is going to be able to get her own attorney. And yeah, this changes everything because that attorney will have a firm behind him and he's going to make sure that she gets her own autonomy.
Yep. Here we go. Phil, what's up, dude? Always good to see you, man.
Hey, Phil.
Phil, what's up, my guy? All right. On Wednesday, Britney Spears saw a small but long-awaited win in her
conservatorship
case with Judge Brenda. Just every time I say Jack, be ready, okay? With Judge Brenda Penny. With Judge Brenda Penny, finally granting her the right to appoint her own attorney. Former federal prosecutor Matthew Rosengart, who currently represents high-profile clients including Steven Spielberg, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Keanu Reeves, will now serve as Britney's lawyer, making the start of a new chapter in Britney's representation. Unlike the hearing in June, Britney was not expected to make a statement on Wednesday. However, Britney phoned into court to give a brief testimony confirming that she's done playing nice with her father. Let's go. This is what she said, quote unquote.
Atta girl.
Hashtag free Britney, baby. Get in the comments, start tweeting it. This is what she said. I want to get rid of my dad and charge him for conservatorship abuse.
Yes.
Britney reportedly said during the closed hearings, I want an investigation on my dad. I'm here to press charges. I'm angry and I will go there. Let's go.
Let's do it.
During her June 23rd testimony, William Britney's Jack
conservatorship
is even worse than we imagined, especially when it comes to the control her father has reportedly wielded over her life. A recent New Yorker investigation provided more harrowing details on Jamie Spears' history, on Jamie Spears, the father, history of criticizing Britney's appearance, weight, and sanity, as well as the seeming glee he appears to take in his control of her. On one occasion early in the Jack
conservatorship,
Dude,
a family friend.
Hard to say.
It's bad for me. I will mess it up. A family friend recalled Jamie bellowing, "I am Britney Spears." What? Bellowing, "I am Britney Spears."
Bellowing.
Yeah. See, words, guys.
Bellowing means shouting.
What are you, justice? You can't read?
I'm Mexican. Don't judge me, gosh. I'm from another country. Jeez.
Get those
During her testimony
You're
on
from
Wednesday.
Las Vegas. Shut up.
That's basically another country, dude. I'm telling you right now.
That's true. That's true.
During her testimony on Wednesday, Britney said she's been extremely scared of her father for a while. I'm not a perfect person, but their goal is to make me feel like I'm crazy. You're allowing my dad to ruin my life. So yeah, guys, it's going down.
Yeah, it is.
It's going down.
It's going down in town.
Britney's newly appointed later also questioned Jamie Spears' involvement in the conservatorship, saying, I don't know why Jamie Spears doesn't resign. I don't know why Jamie Spears doesn't resign today. He purports to love his daughter, and his daughter has repeatedly asked him to step down. So I'm going to give him the opportunity right now to voluntarily resign. This was yesterday, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Rosengart said, does anybody really believe Mr. Spears' continued involvement is in the best interest of Britney Spears? Jamie's lawyer reportedly said in no uncertain terms that they had no intentions of resigning. Boy.
So
this is going to get hot. Yeah, who wants to let go of all that money? Who wants to let go of all that money you're getting? You get to control.
Her original lawyers were not going to resign.
No. Jamie. So Jamie is her father. Jamie's lawyers responded to Britney's lawyers that Britney's lawyers asked him to resign. They said, yeah, under no uncertain terms is he resigning.
Gotcha.
Good. This is America, baby. It has to be
free
a show.
Britney Spears.
Hashtag free Britney.
Free Kesha while we're at it.
By the way, Caden did say it in the back. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into the comments for him.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, look.
But let me tell you something. I'm glad she's finally said all this.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years. It's a long time. And for one of the greatest pop stars of her generation, and maybe of all time, she has accomplishments that even Beyonce doesn't have as a pop star. And to be living like this, to still be working like a slave, no pun intended, because she did that song, I'm a Slave for You. But like literally, she's been doing shows in Vegas. She's been putting out albums since then. She's got to work out, choreograph, memorize stuff, and she's out of her mind apparently. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Like she's crazy. She can't handle herself, but she's able to do all that. You know, you can't even train.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and it's just, you know, again, I'm just
look. If this is Spielberg's lawyer, this is going to be
Spielberg, Keanu Reeves, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
No compromises here, Prakash.
Right. Oh no, but we'll definitely compromise if we're paid.
Anyways,
yeah, totally.
I make those decisions.
We're kidding. But
I would
look,
sell.
But we would totally sell. But you know, look. Again, I'm just happy. These are the words that we've been waiting to hear from Britney.
Yeah.
Right. In that, you know, she's finally said herself, I want him gone, and now I want him charged.
Yeah.
So this is big. Again, how in the hell is this not like all over every news publication? It's blowing my mind that this is just going under the radar like this, because this is huge. This is abuse in just one of the worst ways. This is literally this is another human being trying to own another human being and control them. And it's just it's really shocking to me that it's not a bigger deal isn't being made.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame. And, you know, I hopefully one day, hopefully soon, she'll get it. She'll be free. And I would love to see her again on stage under her own terms and her own conditions, you know, and she's a phenomenal talent. And I feel bad for her because she's been basically doing this since she was 17. She was a child, you know, putting on that Catholic schoolgirl outfit, getting this 11-year-old through puberty, you know. Oh, sorry. You know, I'm insane. But beyond that, no, she was a sex symbol. She still is a sex symbol. There's nothing wrong with saying that. She is. She was. But that's part. She's a sex symbol because she's incredibly talented, because she had such an amazing voice, because she was, you know, the voice of a generation of pop stars. We see a lot of pop stars today. Very few. There's a lot of great pop stars. I like Dua Lipa. I like who sang Havana? Havana, ooh la la.
Camila Cabello.
Her, Billie Eilish, all of them are talented, but none have come to that mega stardom that she not only attained but sustained for 2 decades. And you know, she is one of a kind. So I do hope that we do kind of, you know, I hope she gets it. I really do hope she gets it, and we'll be continuing to cover it here at Pop Culture Corner. Well, folks, we are out of time.
That's right. We did a long one today. Prakash, you asked for 3 hours. We got you to 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers has got the other 30 minutes. Warner Brothers
they're holding it in there. Where they were holding the Snyder Cut.
They're holding the Snyder Cut. Yeah.
And the Ayer Cut, apparently.
The Justice Cut. Whatever that is.
Did anyone notice that I
eating
changed positions?
Yeah,
I did. I didn't know if you wanted us to bring attention to it or not.
I set up a secondary office in my living room. The internet connection's not as good, as you can tell.
Whoa.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, Netflix is getting into gaming. That'll be interesting. Did you hear about that? Netflix is getting into gaming.
I did hear about that. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work. So does that mean like when I put Netflix on my Xbox and stuff, there's gonna be a section that it registers that it knows I'm on my Xbox, and then I'm just gonna be able to like play a game or something.
I don't know what that means. Are they going to make their own games that you're going to? Are they going to give you a Netflix controller?
I don't know, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Tyler, you're looking like future Toby searching for a job.
Future Toby.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah. Future Toby.
I had a couple things running in the background, so I had to get rid of them.
Yeah, shut it down, man.
Background.
But can you guys hear me and everything?
Oh yeah.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
I wanted to make sure.
All right, folks.
Is
Austin,
Is that it for today?
That's it for today. Austin, my friend, what do we got? We got Brandon Spink Saturday, right,
Brandon
Tyler?
Spink with Tyler. Yes, on Saturday.
Okay.
Podcast guys, make sure subscribe to all our podcast platforms.
Yeah,
Spotify,
we have to
Apple, iHeartRadio.
We have to do it all over again. So make sure you go find us on Apple and Spotify. We have to re-upload everything.
And not only that, guys, that interview will premiere exclusively on Apple Podcasts and first before having the video clips being put out later that week. So if you want to hear that, if you want to be listening in, make sure and check out that interview on Saturday on all of our podcast platforms.
Yeah. So basically, if you guys could still hear me correctly, you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the way it's gonna work from here on out is on Saturdays I'm gonna be doing the podcast with a bunch of different people. Every week it'll be Joe Rogan style. So every single week it'll be someone new. It'll debut on only audio platforms for Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday night, the video clips, so clips from the podcast will debut on YouTube. So in order to get the whole thing, the whole interview, you have to listen on our major podcast platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and please review the show on Apple. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Austin.
Yes, sir.
Take us out.
All righty, guys. Yeah. Well, you heard them all. We love you all. Thank you guys for showing up, for being here. We'll see you guys next Tuesday on Jivin' with Jack. We do it for you, and we do it for the culture. Peace and love, everybody.